Yes, and yes again. Thank you very much for checking out the WILROC Show. I'm yours truly, the WILROC. I am here. You are there. We are everywhere. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be on this small planet of ours. Yes. Thank you once again. Now, I was going to do a live show today, but I ran out of time, so I'm going to regurgitate the show. I'm going to rebroadcast the show. It's called Incarceration and HIV and AIDS. People incarcerated that have HIV and AIDS, and it was broadcasted. It was broadcasted on this day, the 8th of June, in 2014. Yeah, it was broadcasted the 8th of June, 2014, and incarceration and HIV and AIDS. Good show. I'm glad you guys checked me out. Thank you for checking me out. Happy summer. Summer's in full effect. It is hot, it's rainy, beautiful time to grow food, good time to grow some callaloo and some corn, and some everything. Okay, I want you guys to thank you. I'm late. I'm a little late, but that's fine. The show was previously broadcasted on June 8th, 2014. Today, 2014, and like I say all the time, I take these shows. I use these shows as time capsules. I was acting so silly back then, acting silly now even, but I use them as time capsules in the political climate, the social climate that's going on. I go through all those things back in the days, and so I hope you guys enjoy the show. I'll see you guys next week. I'll be live next week. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Thank you for checking out. I want you guys, don't forget now, June 28th this year, June 28th, the official Tangelo Park Give Back Day is coming back. Sean Green and Green, Carl Latimer Give Back Day, Tangelo Park Give Back Day, June 28th, 2025. Okay, so I'll be looking forward to seeing you out there. Come out there, enjoy yourself, get you something to eat. You can come out there and cook, as long as you have to be free. You don't have to charge nobody for it. You can't charge anyone for anything. You just have to come out there and make people eat your fish, your chicken, whatever you're cooking. Give it away. Give it to the people that's out there. And, be careful out there with your drinks. I don't know if the police are going to be out there this year or not, but I want you guys to be careful out there. But please come and enjoy yourselves at the Tangelo Park Give Back Day. I think it's the 10th and 11th. I don't know. I got to figure it out. But I know it's the Give Back Day on June 28th of this year. Okay, so hope you guys enjoy the show. It was pre-broadcasted June 8th, 2014. The name of the show is Incarceration, HIV, and AIDS. Okay, and talk amongst yourselves.
Men, women, and children of all ages, you're about to witness one of the great wonders of the universe, the WILROC Show on Fire Mix Radio at firemixradio.com. The WILROC Show is on and live.
Today, I've got the style and profile like never before. But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here.
On Fire Mix Radio at firemixradio.com.
On the firing line. Lock. 1 round load. Ready on the right. Ready on the left. Ready on the firing line.
Everybody over there.
Get on up.
Everybody right there.
Get into it.
Everybody right there.
Get involved.
Everybody just come on now. Come on now. Come on, come on. Come on with your come on. Come on, come on. Everybody over there.
Get on up.
Everybody right there.
Get into it.
Everybody over here.
Get involved. Get involved. Get involved.
Yes. Oh, it is I. It is the WILROC children. Help me. I need help. Okay. Thank you very much for listening to the WILROC Show. You're shooting me with. Oh, another one. Oh, man, y'all so special. I love y'all. Y'all love me too, though. You know, WILROC, Uncle WILROC. Yes. And thank you very much for listening to the WILROC Show. Yours truly, WILROC here. I am here. You are there. We're everywhere. Good night, good morning, good afternoon. Wherever you may be on this small planet of ours. Yes, this is the WILROC Show. Steady. You always get off. You show and prove every week. Yes, you show that you can do it, and you prove that you can do it every week. You had my legs wiggling. I try not to dance. I try not to when I get in here. You know, I'm such a macho man, you know. Oh, boy, I'm a macho man. I'm Macho Maximus. Yeah, but sometimes a man got to do what a man got to do. When the juke is in your bone, you got to get it out your bone, right? It's just like coal. When you got coal in your bone, you got to get it out. So I have juke in my bone right before when you hear Steady, and so I have to get it out in the form of dance. Yes. Anyway, yes, the topic is. Thank you for listening to the WILROC Show here on Fire Mix Radio, firemixradio.com. Today's topic is, ladies and gentlemen, is incarceration and HIV and AIDS. Okay? You think about how people go to prison without AIDS, come out with AIDS. Yeah, that's nasty. It stink. It sounds stink, don't it, Steady? Stink and nasty. It is, but it is something that's prevalent. And a guy challenged me to do this topic. Because he was, it's a lot, people go in, it come, and then when they come out of prison, after they've been, they got wives and they got girlfriends and they got stuff like that, they come out of prison and they give it to their girlfriends or their wives or whoever, or the girl they was cheating with or whatever. Go ahead, Stan. You? What about it?
Forcibly got AIDS or by consent?
Either by consent or raped or whatever. They might have said they might have gave it up. Or they might have been raped or whatever circumstances or acts of violence. I'm gonna get all into that. We're gonna cover every one of those aspects.
If it's forcibly, then the state should be held accountable.
That's right. That's something Steady says. If it's forced on them, the state should be able to take care of them. But the state don't give a goddamn mighty know about you. Okay, about the prisons or nobody. So, and that goes for the whole United States. Anyhow, I want to give a shout out to all the Fire Mix Radio DJ. Steady, of course, he's my immediate compadre right here in my face. Steady, Mags, Father Snake, Fire Squad, Fight the Squad, Pudgy, the Professor GT. That's Super Pudgy. I'm sorry, Pudgy, don't strike me, please. Super Pudgy. Sorry, Super Pudgy don't play about that. But Super Pudgy. Who else? Who else now? Trini. Rocker. Yeah, Rocker. It's Fire Squad. They was on here earlier. They got off. Fire Squad was getting off. Yeah, they were really good. And whoever I missed, don't scratch my face. Just love me just the same. Okay, it's summer, so my Alzheimer's kicking very high in summertime because the sun be up too much. But anyhow, today's topic is incarceration and the HIV and AIDS. Sister Sharon, Desmond Spratt Brown Jr., Zaria, how y'all doing out there? And all you guys who are listening to the WILROC Show here on Fire Mix Radio. Tune in application. Go on your phones. Get the tune in application. Put it on your phone. Put it on your PC. Put it on your laptop. Anywhere. Put it there. Boom. Get the WILROC Show and get Fire Mix Radio, of course. Your number one station for internet station for hip hop, reggae, soca, and all what ails you. Take care of everything. Including the WILROC Show. We're here too. I'm here. Yeah. And I want you guys to stay tuned to the WILROC Show and Fire Mix Radio. I'm going to have my regular host of characters on this day with Miss Sheree, Bezo Spot, Joseph Golden, Lady Lexus, health tidbits. What else I got? Who I got? Redneck Tom is coming as well. Okay, so you guys just hold tight. Wait a minute, I'm gonna put this thing in. Now today's topic is incarceration and HIV and AIDS. Now, inmates in jails and prisons across the United States are disproportionately affected by multiple health problems, including HIV as well as other sexually transmitted infections. Okay, tuberculosis. All right. There. Tuberculosis and viral hepatitis, according to the CDC. Now, incarceration then presents important opportunities for HIV prevention, diagnosis, and linkage to care and treatment for inmates. All right. Now, there are more than 2 million people. There are 2 million people or more that are incarcerated in the United States each year, and an estimated 1 in 7 persons living with HIV pass through a correctional facility. All right. Now, most of them acquire HIV in the community, not while they are incarcerated, but a lot of them are getting it while they're incarcerated. And I'm gonna go into that too, deep off into this thing. How you going? Some people go in, some people perpetrate even to be macho men's out here in the street, go to prison and turn into a macho woman. Okay, and consent. Some people consent to it. Some people get raped. Some people get because you can either get forced or consensual. I don't know. That's the only way I can see you can get it, unless you had it when you went in there. Then they go in there and then they do this thing and they get AIDS while they're in there, and then they come out and they spread it to their families, their wives, their girlfriends, and both. And it goes on, and then the girlfriends and the wives, they spread it to their boyfriends and cut buddies, and it just goes like that. I'm saying, and that's why I'm doing this topic. According to like I said, it's more than 2 million people incarcerated in this country. Now, compared when those who had not been incarcerated populations have more risk factors that are associated with acquiring and transmitting HIV, including injections, drugs, injection drugs, and other drug use, commercial sex work, tricking. In there, boy, you're in there tricking. Yep, untreated, or you're a dyke or whatever you're doing. It goes for women too. Untreated mental illness and lower socioeconomic status. According to the U.S. Department of Justice U.S. Department of Justice's Bureau of Justice stats, at year end 2008, the most recent year for which the data is available, the reported number of state and federal inmates who were HIV positive or had confirmed AIDS totaled approximately 23,000. I know it's more than that. Got to be more than that. Now, this figure breaks out to 21,000 state prisoners and roughly 1,600 federal prisoners, and is equal to approximately 1.4% of the total prison population. Among states reporting data in 2006 through 2008, the number of inmates with HIV and AIDS were stable between 2007 and 2008. However, state and federal inmates who were HIV positive and had confirmed AIDS are reported 20,000 were men and 20,000 were women. 20,000 were men and 2,000 were women, sorry. And between 2007 and 2008, the percentage of male inmates with HIV and AIDS remained stable at 1.5%, while the percentage of females inmates with HIV/AIDS decreased slightly from 2.1% to 1.9%. Okay? All right. Now, among these 24 states, 23 tested at admission, 5 tested while in custody, and 6 tested upon release. 50 states in the federal system tested inmates if they had HIV-related symptoms or if they requested an HIV test. 42 states in the federal system tested inmates after they were involved in an incident in which an inmate was exposed to a possible HIV transmission. Oh yeah, you got raped or you got shot where you've been shooting needles with everybody, or both. And 18 states in the federal system tested inmates who belong to specific high-risk groups. Okay? Now today's topic is incarceration and the link between HIV and AIDS and incarceration. All right? Your boo done went to prison. You love your boo. Yes, you do. But your boo done went to prison and let them boys get him by consent or violence now, or by taking by consent. You think he hard out here done got caught up there where he can be himself. Now come back and give it to you. And your little homegirl, he's screwing too. Her too, and the little dude, he's screwing too, yeah. All that. See what I'm saying? Okay, we're gonna have a more on this topic. Okay. I want you guys. I want to thank you guys for listening to the WILROC Show. I'm chewing gum, so if I'm smacking my teeth, don't worry about it. Y'all just take it easy. I'm gonna go in here and have me some funky fox kebabs and some nat bread with some real Mrs. Polly's real gnats. That's really stank. I know it is. But I want you to listen to the show. I want you to call into the show. Today's topic is incarceration and the link between HIV and AIDS while incarcerated. I'm getting into this as we go. We're going to deep off into this topic. You're going to go into some global stats. Okay, the prevention, how we can prevent this. What happens while in prison? How you get AIDS while in prison? Yeah. Women and AIDS in prison. And the realities of AIDS in prison. The real reality. It's got lots of facts and stats. A lot of things for you. Music. Everything. We're going to get off. Just hold back. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. Eat you some funky fox kebabs or some pickled gopher surprise. Boy, my auntie Wanda. God, nobody know. Anyway, call into the show if you want to. 407-535-1808. Or I'm on the fire line. 201-378-3473. Call, old boy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't so shy. Talk amongst yourself, man. Y'all like punks. Talk amongst yourself, man. Talk amongst yourselves. Golly.
Hey, now, welcome aboard. I can guarantee you'll enjoy the ride, especially if you like your soul ice cold, because none other than the Iceman himself is going to be looking you right dead in your eyes after this very important message.
The WILROC Show is on.
And you know he's crazy as cat.
Lying on the floor of a Chinese restaurant, crown on my hip like Simon Petrikov. Thought of a song called Thinking of Master Plans. Reagan and Rockham drinking in Amsterdam cafe. Back room meeting with Cancer Man. Engineering project like astronaut. The first scene in the film for me is I wrote a brand new story that starts for man. Need some help with the financing. I ain't got nobody to pitch it to. My friends are superheroes. None of us have very much money though. They can fly, run fast, read Portuguese. None of us have very much money though. They know judo and yoga, photography, politics. Some of them leap over buildings. Writers, magicians, comedians, astronauts. None of it mattered when niggas was hungry. My friends are superheroes. None of us have very much money though. They wear the same underwear as billionaires. None of us have very much money though. Hustlers, beat makers, drug dealers, sculptors, egomaniacal authors and bloggers. Some of them talk to the animals. None of it matters when niggas was hungry. Not valuable. Come say it to my face. Not valuable. Come say it to my face. It's all disposable. Come say it to my face. I was hoping this device might cure my remembering. I'm 87% sure I invented it. High adrenaline, I'm rapping on the cake boss.
On this day right here, we gonna start taking care of business.
Them can't give me no chat. Anyway the money them me go for. Boss man, me never stutter. Me work hard for the bread and butter. Oh, you want give me gun? Move yourself, do not pass me no gun. Me have a daughter, me want see the sun. And bring the money come. Watch her now. Me crush the road fi plant the seed where fear so expect for reap when me a grow because me nah beg friend. And as a man me have to hustle the shilling. Me no red eye for people things because me nah beg them. So get to you, no bother wait, no hesitate. The Benjamins they if it takes so me a God help them. Some boy no own them own things, them posing at the owner things. That's why me tell you say me can't friend them. Watch her, me have to thank Sonia. Me mother, she teach me how to be a owner. Give me water for drink and tell me say that she can afford so me no fi bother want soda. She say give thanks when me have, make somebody get the rest. No bother with the greed and then no pay me the rest. It better when you earn a headache when you get. Plus the boy can't tell me what fi step. That's why me tell you, me crush the road fi plant the seed where fear so expect for reap when me a grow because me nah beg friend. And as a man me have to hustle the shilling. Me no red eye for people things because me nah beg them. So get to you, no bother wait, no hesitate. The Benjamins they if it takes so me a God help them. Some boy no own them things, them posing at the owner things. That's why me tell you say me can't friend them. Them no see me a beg. Them feel say me rich like that, but true say me know what me know and me know how me grow. Them can't stitch my back. Watch I know from me eye down me leg. Me hear but me no take chat. Mama tell me say she no fear catch me a beg or else me a get couple bucks. That's why me tell her say me crush the road fi plant the seed we fear, so expect for reap when me a grow because me nah beg friend. And as a man me a fi hustle the shilling, me no red eye for people things because me nah beg them. So get to you, no bother wait, no hesitate. The Benjamins they fi take, so me a God help them. Some boy no own them own things, them posing at the owner things. That's why me tell you say me can't friend them. Watch out, me a fi thanks Sonia. Me mother, she teach me how fi be a owner. Give me water fi drink and tell me say that she can afford, so me no fi bother want soda. She say give thanks when me have, make somebody get the rest. No bother with the greed and end up on me the rest. He better when you earn a headache when you get. Plus the boy can't tell me what fi step. That's why me tell you, me crush the road fi plant the seed we fear, so expect for reap when me a grow because me nah beg friend.
He sees everything. He knows everything we do.
Live from the shores of the east, where the rich beasts travel to feast. Old money that pays off police. Martha Moxley, rest in peace. Live from the shores of the east, where the rich beasts travel to feast. Old money that pays off police. Martha Moxley, rest in peace. I never sweat the competition, I'm accomplishing more. Like a gun connoisseur in a communist war. Indestructible, ambition as hard as the iron curtain. Find a virgin, I'm a certain shit inside her like a surgeon. You're a serpent, I can see you slithering. Like you from Slytherin, like your body on fire. Piss on you, I hate you sizzling. Here's one for the sinners, hold up your middle fingers. For all them strippers getting older and bitter. For all them single mothers that cannot afford their babysitters. So they copping liquor, then call me to come through and get the picture. Life isn't always a happy ending. I'm cool with being positive, but not cool with pretending. Cause way back in the day when it was still Hartford hockey, around the time when Michael Skakel murdered Martha Moxley, my father met my mommy and the rest was kinda foggy. But he shot me in a womb and then I grew into a body. The only son of Rodney, my legacy is godly. The deadly
topics, all types of music, special guests, and lots more. The WILROC Show.
Camping sure nice this time of year. Boy, I love the woods, get back to nature stuff, man.
Hey, man, I ain't never been before, man. I like it, though. The wind is just fresh, man.
Yes, Lord. Hey, hold up, John. I'm going to sit down here a little bit, eat these neck bone sandwiches your lady fixed for us, boy. It's so sweet.
She get out on it. I was going to ask you about that anyway.
Yeah, boy. Look here. Here, Johnson.
What's up?
I got to use the bathroom right quick. I'm going to put the sandwich right here. I'm going to use the bathroom. Look, now, one thing you must remember while we out here in the woods. Do not let the bear smell your neck bone sandwich. Be careful now.
Bears? What you mean, bear? I ain't seen no bear prints since I've been out here, bro.
Well, the bear smell your neck bone sandwiches. They are going to come and get the sandwich, okay?
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm looking out for the bears, but I ain't seen no bears since I've been out here.
Okay, man, let's remember what I told you now. Don't let them bears get one of that neck bone sandwich now.
Okay, then.
All right, okay, I'm going to use the bathroom. Be right back.
Yeah, whatever, man. Let me eat my neck bone sandwich. Think about the bears, man. What's wrong with this, man?
Oh, boy. I got to pee. Oh, Lord. Oh, look at them bears. I missed the bear. They don't smell Johnson's sandwich. Johnson! Throw away the sandwich.
For, man?
Throw away the neck bone sandwich.
What is he What is he saying?
Throw away the sandwich.
Come on, man. Goddamn bear.
Somebody help me.
He bite me. He's back. Help me, please.
Hell with the sandwich, guy. Put down the sandwich.
Get him off me, please. Don't get him off me, please.
Yes, and yes again. Thank you very much for listening to the WILROC Show here on Fire Mix Radio at firemixradio.com. Yes. Yours through the WILROC here. I am here. You are there. We are everywhere. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be on this small planet of ours. Today's topic is incarceration and HIV and AIDS. Yeah. You know, stuff like you think your boy straight. You know, that's a download thing. You know, you think your homeboy straight, your partner, your man, whatever, your lady, whoever, and they went to prison. Some of them have HIV before they go. Some of them get it while they're in there. And a lot of them are going in there as macho men from the street, and they are voluntarily screwing around with boys. You know, they look like women, or vice versa, whatever going on, and they having sex in there, and they're contracting AIDS, and they're bringing it home to their wives and girlfriends and their baby mamas and everybody else. They busting up when they first get out, jumping out, okay? So we got to be careful about that. And I'm just going over some things, some facts and stats about it. And women do it as well, too, now, so don't get all stank, okay? And before I left, I was going over, before I do all that, tune-in application, people out there on the tune-in app, thank you for listening to the WILROC Show. 407-535-1808, one of the call-in numbers. I'm in here on the fire line at 201-378-3473. All right? All right. Tune-in application, like I said as well, 5mix Radio at 5mixradio.com, the WILROC Show. Go to Facebook. You can go to Facebook to 5mix Radio or the WILROC Show. Once you get there, click on the Ustream tab. Bim, ship, boop, up. That's the sound it makes when it click on it. Bim, ship, boop, up. That's the sound it makes. All right. Until then, just check this out. Now, I was going over some global stats of HIV and incarceration, and AIDS and stuff in incarceration. I went over North America, South America, and I'm just going to go over this South American one right quick again. Now, studies from prisons in Brazil and Argentina reveal a particularly high HIV prevalence, ranging from 3.2 to 20% in Brazil and 4 to 10% in Argentina. Okay, that's a lot. You know, them Argentinians, they freaks. They want to get over there. They'll get them boys. They don't care. They don't want anything. They'll get your boo. Oh, they don't care. Oh, they nasty with them. But anyway, in Africa, the prevalence rates from sub-Saharan African countries is extremely high. An estimated 41.4% of incarcerated people in South Africa are infected with HIV. Generally, the HIV prevalence in the country reflects the prevalence in prisons. For example, South Africa has both a high percentage of HIV-positive inmates as well as a high HIV prevalence among the general population. So in the streets, so go to prison. You're getting the people out of the streets going to prison. So if there's a lot of AIDS in the street, going to be a lot of AIDS in the prisons. You hear? Now, in Eastern Europe, HIV prevalence among prison population is also significant. In 2010, it was estimated that 55,000 of Russia's 846,000 were infected with HIV. In Estonia, 4 studies revealed HIV prevalence in prisons ranging from 8.8% to 23.9%. Got to money, no. A lot of people in there with HIV got deep in jail. In contrast, HIV prevalence rates in Western Europe are much lower due to successful prevention, intervention targeting injecting drug use. Okay? Early in the epidemics. For example, one study in France estimated HIV prevalence rates for both male and female inmates at 2%. They're taking care of the citizens before they go in there. They're having a lot of prevention measures. They're looking out for the citizens first, and then when the free citizens, they're going to lock the free citizens up and make them prisoners. And so the more citizens you have with HIV and AIDS, the more prisoners you have with HIV and AIDS. And the spread in prisons, especially because they ain't got nowhere to go. They ain't got nowhere to go, and they just, they ain't going to say nothing. They just don't be in stank. All right. Now in Asia, today's topic is HIV and AIDS and incarceration, how you want to say it. And I'm going over some global stats and facts and stats. The WILROC Show here on 5mix Radio, 5mixradio.com. All right. Now, in Asia, in 2008, roughly 5 million people in Asia were living with HIV. India accounts for roughly half these infections. All right. While HIV prevalence among the general population in India is low, 0.25% to 0.43%, among vulnerable groups. Okay. The HIV prevalence is much higher in at least 5 states in India. HIV prevalence among injecting drug users in prisons is greater than 10%. with a high of 24% in Maharashtra. That's in India. Right. Now, in prisons, you want to know how people can get HIV in prison. You know, I'm gonna just say the raw way. They either giving up their little booty, or they getting booty, or somebody taking their booty, or they taking booty. Let me just put it to you straight like that a little bit. But I'm gonna come with the real what they got written down. You know, it's basic. All right, but I'm gonna have to give it to you so I can, for entertainment purposes only. Yes. Yeah. Now, HIV is in prison HIV is transmitted in prisons in a number of ways. I went over a couple of them just then, but I'm over the proper thing they gave us to talk about. Now, this ranges from injecting drugs, like I said, to high-risk sexual behaviors, tattooing, to violence. Now, many studies claim a record of incarceration is often associated with HIV infections, particularly in Western and Southern Europe. Okay, and somebody quoted, some things here, and they said that prison conditions are often ideal breeding grounds for onward transmission of HIV infection. They are frequently overcrowded. Okay, they commonly operate in an atmosphere of violence and fear. Tensions abound, including sexual tensions, because ain't nobody, you've been in there for 20 years, 10 years, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 year, and you ain't had no real relief. You know, you don't want to be no Richard Jackson. You know, some people can't hold on. They have to insert. Okay, now release from these tensions and from the boredom of prison life is often found in the consumption of drugs or sex. Now, the use of contaminated injection equipment. This is one way you can get. This is a couple of ways you can get AIDS in prison. Now, you can use injecting drugs, you know, heroin, whatever you got on you. Now, the use of contaminated injection equipment when using drugs is one of the primary routes of HIV transmission in prison. Now, outside of sub-Saharan Africa, injecting drugs use accounts for just under a third of the HIV infections. Now, multi-country studies have found that between 56% and 90% of people who inject drugs have been incarcerated. The estimated percentage of inmates who inject drugs ranges from between 0 and 30%. Now, where there are high numbers of imprisoned injecting drug users, IDUs, injecting drug users, there are high risks of HIV transmissions. Within prison, it's difficult to obtain clean stuff. You know, you can't get the proper stuff to clean the needles. You shooting up, you sharing. Dog, I want me some of that. Ooh, let me get a bump of that. Ooh, and then you got a needle that you done use with Ray Sean out there. Ray Sean, a big old punk, and he got HIV. You know, he screwed up. Or you done let Brutus get a little bump off your needle. He got HIV from messing with Ray Sean. So, and then you taking it, and then you spreading it. All right. Think about that. That's in prison, y'all. We don't, you know. And you know, in prison, you know, possessing a needle is an offense in prison. But child, please, they don't care. And therefore, many people share equipment that has not been sterilized between users. So they don't get a chance to clean it. They don't get no alcohol to wash it down and sterilize it. No steaming. So you're using needles, you're going to wind up getting it there in prison. If you're sharing needles, you're going to eventually get it, unless you're lucky. Okay? All right? And one dude said he's a 27-year-old male in prison. He was in jail for 6 months. And he said when he scored it, he didn't know he was going to get AIDS. You know, he went in there to get high. He was getting high outside, got in here. He said when he scored smack, heroin, he rented or bought works that had been used by God knows who and how many times. You know? He want to get high. He got to rent or borrow a needle. And yeah, it done been used by everybody. Ray Sean and Brutus. Yeah. And there's another dude, the same dude, say he injected every second day, once a day with works. He had to hire. which had been used by others. That's another guy. Same thing. Now, you can also get AIDS by sexual transmission in prison. Having sex with other men or women or whatever, how they go. And women, you guys get it too for using drugs out here. We're going to get into y'all. I'm going to get right on y'all in a minute. Okay? Hold tight, women. I got y'all. Now, one of the primary means of HIV transmission is by way of unprotected sexual intercourse in prison. Homosexual sex. Stank. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of time, a man came to me with this topic, said earlier, and he brought up the fact that, he came with the fact that all your ballers now, not all of them, somebody just straight plain balling, you know, cocksman, you know, that's their business. You know, I ain't mad at them. I ain't mad at you. Do your thing, bro. Handle your business. But there's some guys out here that are macho men on the surface, plenty of women, plenty of money, plenty of dope, working good, whatever. Might not be dope, just got good money, looking good, everything, smelling good, top notch. Got it going on out here. But undercover, they might be punks. They go into prison, and they get with the boys. They might be either side of the punk field. They might be receiving, or they might be delivering. Okay. And so, no matter which end of that spectrum you are on, it's still kind of stank and rottenish. Okay, don't do that. That's nasty, baby. But they fool us, and they go in there. I said it earlier, I'm going to say it again. They go into prison, they get AIDS, they mess around with these boys, and they get messed around with these men or whatever, and they get AIDS, and they come out here, and they straighten back up, you know, and they put on their clothes, their regular clothes, and they look like men, and they look like good macho men, and they come home to their families, and they give it to their wives. Yeah. Homeboy right there got it going on. Big Mercedes-Benz, big money, ain't never short. You know what I'm saying? Doing good. Been working on his job 20 years, getting off. Whatever. Coming home, giving it to their ladies, giving it to their girlfriends, giving it to everything. Giving it to their boyfriends. With that mess. That's the stankiest thing they ever made. It's rotten. God, that's funky. God bless them. Change their mind, Lord. But it's prevalent. All right? Now, non-consensual sex is also common. All right? In prisons. Now, in many prisons, consensual sexual activities are common among inmates, even though they may be, you ain't supposed to do it in prison, but the guards, they know what's going on. Everybody know what's going on. It's common out here in the world. We all out here know how they don't know in there. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it, like my man said, like Steady said before he left, a lot of it is consensual. Oh, yeah. Yeah, your boyfriend, Rock Mangiani, he in there. Bolo, he in there too. Punkers, I don't know what. Getting it up. No. Some of them ain't just getting it. They getting it up. Huh? Macho man. Stankin', macho stankin'. Yeah, they be stinking in there. God, that make my stomach hurt real bad. I'm about to, God, I'm getting gas. But anyway, now it is difficult to determine to what extent such activities occur. It happens all the time. And who's involved, risk punishment is if exposed to fellow inmates or prison officers. Listen, you in there, you get somebody AIDS. Steady said it again before. Like I gotta stay on that. If you in there, you got raped, prison, you in there shooting needles and you in there shooting needles and get some AIDS. The state ought to take care of you, because they shouldn't have had the needles in there, and you shouldn't have been able to get raped in there. They are responsible for you, I would say, but they don't care nothing about you. They don't care nothing about you at all. All right. Now, like I said, it is difficult to determine to what extent such activities occur, and those involved risk punishment if exposed to fellow inmates or prison officers. Therefore, the majority of incidents go unreported. They don't say nothing. They get raped. They don't say nothing. Okay? But after a while, they're going to know when you have your shirt tied up in the front. Now, non-consensual sex is also common. Rape, violence, the need for prison and penal reform has been highlighted as an essential approach to preventing HIV transmission through sexual abuse. Now, reducing prison populations has been highlighted as one way in which they may be achieved. Factors that contribute to an increased risk of HIV transmission through sexual intercourse in prisons are the unavailability of condoms, rape, and all stuff like that, you know. Condoms can prevent HIV infection if used consistently and correctly, and they are often considered contraband within prisons. Okay, y'all in here getting booty, y'all getting AIDS, but we ain't gonna let y'all have no condoms to stop that. We want y'all to get that. That's what that is. A study of HIV transmission among male prisoners in Georgia, America, found that only 30% of those who reported any consensual sex used condoms or improvised condoms. They ain't did nothing. The often violent nature of consensual sex can cause tearing and bleeding. That's when you're getting raped in prison. That stank, ain't it? Yeah, tearing and bleeding, that just sounds stank, which increases the risk of HIV transmission. Rape in prisons is rarely reported, but one U.S. study estimated that 16% of the male prisoners were being pressurized or forced into sexual sex or to sexual contact. Man, come on, man. I said a lot of them just getting it up. You owe me 3 breads, so you gotta do something. Give me your booty. I'm gonna do something, dog. You ain't get my booty. Okay. So they gave it up. Okay, I give you my booty. Nah, you gave it up. You gave it up. And I know it's stinking. It is. It sounds stinking. It's rotteny. Yeah. I ain't going in there, so don't worry about it. I'm gonna die in there if I go the first week when they touch me. I'm gonna die running. Now, a survey by the U.S. Department of Justice showed in the period of 2011 to 2012, 4% of state and federal prison inmates and 3.2% of jail inmates experienced one or more incidents of sexual victimization by another inmate or a member of the prison staff. Mm-hmm. I'm just going over some ways you can get AIDS in prison. Tattoos in prison. Now, although illegal in most prisons, tattooing is still commonplace among incarcerated people. It is usually associated with the desire to advertise a group or membership status, or results from peer pressure or simply boredom. Tattooing in prisons usually involve multiple skin punctures and with recycled, sharpened, and altered implements, including staples, paper clips, and plastic ink tubes found outside ballpoint pens. Now, indeed, those who perform the tattooing tend not to have proper, fresh, or sterilized tattooing equipment, posing a serious risk of HIV transmission. However, there have only been a few reported cases of suspected transmission due to the contaminated equipment, but it's in there. Okay, body piercings has become more popular in prisons now, as in the outside community, and clean instruments from this practice are likewise. Unclean stuff, can't do it. They are unavailable. So, and we know violence, incidents of interpersonal violence, including fights involving lacerations, bites, and bleeding into more participants, present some risks for HIV transmission. Now, although transmission in this way is rare, housing more than one inmate per cell is now common in crowded institutions and a major factor behind incidents of violence and sexual assaults. Okay? Incarceration in prisons. Incarceration in prisons. All right? Incarceration, prisons, and HIV and AIDS. Okay? When I come back, we're going to have some way you can educate. The people in prisons can be educated about HIV, how they can prevent such things from happening. Okay? A little bit of prevention measures while you're in there, while it's going on. All right? 407-535-1808. It's the calling number. 201-378-3473. Also, 5Mix Radio, 5mixradio.com. TuneIn application. Thank you very much, people, for listening on the TuneIn application. All right? I'm going to have me some some Cornish beaver with worm bread. Yeah, ain't no but some worm bread. That's all. My grandmama make worm bread good. Don't worry about that. Cornish beaver, good. It's a little bony, but it's rich. Talk amongst yourselves, people. Firemix Radio, firemixradio.com, the WILROC Show. Talk amongst y'all. Yeah. Incarceration, HIV, and AIDS. Stay tuned.
The WILROC Show.
Ah, my little darling, it is love at first sight, is it not? No?
sweetheart.
Ooh, yeah, yeah. Now, if you give to me a ruby with diamond, if you give to me a house filled with gold, or if you build me a chapel, baby, out of some gold, it wouldn't mean a thing, not a single thing to me, but just a little bit of your love. It will mean so much to me, yeah, now, and just a little bit of your love. It will mean a whole lot to me. If you give to me just a touch of your love, it would mean a thing. That's a lot of things to me, but just a little bit of your love. Yeah, just a little bit of your love. No one can stop me now. Yeah, just a little bit of your love. It will mean a whole lot to me now. If you give to me a house filled with gold, if you build me a chapel, baby, out of some gold, it doesn't mean a thing, not a single thing to me, but a touch of your love. It will mean so much to me.
Yeah, now. Just a little bit of your love. It will mean so much to me.
I couldn't help that. That's that funk.
Never had a doubt. Never a doubt. Trusted you true. In the beginning, I loved you right through. Arm in arm, we laughed like kids at all the silly things we did. Made me promises, promises. Knowing I'd believe. Promises, promises. You knew you'd never keep. Second time around, I'm still believing the words that you said. You said you'd always be here. A love forever still repeats in my head. You can't finish what you start. This is love. It breaks my heart. You made me promises, promises. You knew you'd never keep. Promises, promises. Why do I
Hello, everybody. It's the Dog Man. How y'all doing? What are y'all doing on Sunday night? Well, y'all need to be listening to the WILROC Show. Good friend of mine. See ya.
Today's word, stop using God as a pit bull. Yeah, today I'm talking to those of you who are always trying to stick God on everybody, who you don't like or who you are scared of. Whenever someone rubs you the wrong way, even people who hardly go to church be around here trying to stick God on other Christians. God says to pray for our enemies and you can make them your footstool, meaning that by you praying and trusting in Him, that in life you will rest in His promise while your enemies struggle spiritually to get earthly approval. Some of y'all tie God up and put a big chain around His neck and try and make Him look mean for your own cause, but you hardly ever feed Him, and although He says, I thirst, you hardly ever give Him anything to drink. Then, when one of your enemies comes around and says something you don't like, you run out there and untie him and order him to bite, kill, and shed blood for you. When you felt safe and had money in your pocket as he watched over you, you wouldn't break bread with him, nor give him drink. So now you're mad at him because he doesn't attack people for you. So you put a bigger chain on him and put him back out there under that shadeless tree, the cross. Mad at him because you sicked him on someone and he didn't bear a tooth at them. Then when you do show back up at church, your pastor delivers his sermon, and ironically it's titled, Stop Using God as a Pit Bull. And it's then and there that God shows you why he didn't bite, kill, shed blood, or even bare his teeth at your enemy. He says, son, daughter, you are many people's enemy too. And when they all tried to sick me on you, they all got the same response. Nothing that you did when you tried to sick me on them. There is power in the name of Jesus to break every chain. Be blessed beyond man.
Yes, and yes again. Thank you very much for listening to the WILROC Show. I am here. You are there. We are everywhere. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be on this small planet that we occupy. Today's topic is AIDS, HIV, and incarceration, or incarceration, AIDS and HIV. All right, and basically I did the topic. You know, God challenged me a partner, you know, old Vietnam veteran, old gangster, stepped to me and said, "Man, you do radio?" I said, "Yeah, man." He said, "Well, look, man, what about these fellas that's going to prison out here in the street, hard like rocks in the street now, rock manjanis, got plenty of women, money, dope, whatever they got, job, whatever they doing. It looks good in the front. And they go into prison, they get caught up in whatever they do. Maybe they got caught stealing, whatever happened, they go to prison. And they go in there and they either consent to say they're either punks. You know, you're punk anyway to me. If you're getting sending or receiving, it's still nasty. So they either sending or receiving sexual favors in prison. They get HIV and they get all these stuffs while they're in there, you know. And they come out and they give it to their ladies. And they give it to their little lady, or they give it to the little lady and his girlfriend. Or you know, you got about 2-3 girlfriend, give it to them. And then they spread it out to their little boyfriend they've been messing around with. And it keeps going and keeps going. And so I said I would take on the challenge and try to bring this forth to the folks, to y'all folks out there. And what better place to bring it to you than Fire Mix Radio, firemixradio.com, and the WILROC Show, okay? TuneIn application people out there, thank you for listening to the WILROC Show out on TuneIn app, 407-535-1808. Call the number, or you can call 201-378-3473. Do that for old WILROC. See? Y'all be playing. Anyway, y'all be playing with old WILROC. Y'all ain't see. Y'all be playing. But anyway, I was going over how you can get AIDS. I went over a few things, but now I'm going to go over how some HIV preventions while in prison. What they can do, some steps that they are trying to make or attempt to make on getting help preventing some of these incidents. Now, despite the high risk of HIV transmission within prisons, HIV prevention programs are often not provided for prisoners or for inmates. Now, prisons are entitled to the same human rights standards and non-incarcerated people, and this includes protection from any communicable illness. The following, I got some prevention initiatives that has been tested within prisons, and some of them they've been producing many positive results. First of all, it's education in prisons. Now, prisoners represent a crucial and a huge target population for HIV education programs. Up to 50% of the U.S. prison populations are illiterate, and many are not native English speakers. A lot of them just from other countries. In order to be effective, educational programs must be modified as much of the literature available on HIV transmission either cannot be understood by inmates or fail to address many of their particular needs. Okay, you got all these people here locked up in prison. You got, foreigners. You got people who just can't read, just plain out just illiterate in this country. And they have to make it more, how can you say, you got to make it more AIDS prevention for dummies, or you have to make it more easier for people that are not so, that they can't understand so readily. Make it easier for them to understand, okay? And then that comes, and HIV education within prisons is considered one of the least controversial prevention methods. Many prisoners are from societal groups that are hard to reach for HIV prevention programs. And so prison settings provide an ideal opportunity to target these groups. The World Health Organization, WHO, recommends, this is what it recommends, I quote, that prisoners and prison staff should be informed about HIV and AIDS and about the ways to prevent HIV transmission, with special reference to the likely risk of transmission within prison environments and to the needs of prisoners after release. When they come in there, just issue them a bag of condoms. You can try by that. Even if I don't want no Buddha. Look here. Ain't no telling what's gonna happen by the time you come out of here. Take these with you and keep these in your pot. You know what I'm saying? Ain't number some bargaining chips when you go to gambling in prison. I guess I've never been to prison, so I'm just taking a guess. Now, across the world, the evidence suggests that inmates do not receive the adequate level of HIV education. However, information is not enough to reduce HIV transmission within prisons. The equipment needed to prevent HIV, such as condoms and clean needles, are often not available. So although education may provide inmates with the knowledge about HIV prevention, the resources do not exist in order for inmates to protect themselves. And the thing about it, they know what's going on in there. They know it's some stankling going on, some booty getting and some all kind of funkishness. They know what's going on in there. Why don't you just put them a bag of condoms in there? You know, a bag of condoms, and everybody get a syringe. Or get a couple syringes, some needles. You got to do something that's happening. You can't stop the dope from getting in there. You ain't trying to stop it from getting in there because you're making money off it. You can't stop that. Might as well work with them. You know, have a dope shooting section. Okay, we give y'all some needles, y'all want to shoot y'all dope, then go be clean with it. They're gonna shoot it. They're gonna get AIDS and they're gonna be high. I mean, what do you do? What do you do? Okay? Now, more than 2 million people are incarcerated in the United States. We know that. At the end of 2010, 1,612,394 persons were in state and federal prisons at the end year of 2010. Okay? And about 800,000 were, 750,000 persons were in local jails. Now, men and women of color, particularly black women and men, are disproportionately represented in the U.S. correctional system. Ooh, you think? Yeah, in 2010, black males had an imprisonment rate that was nearly 7 times that of white males and almost 2.5 times that of Hispanic or Latino males. That's 2010, y'all. It's gotten worse. Y'all say it's just us because we so bad. No! Now this year, that same year, black females had an imprisonment rate that was nearly 3 times that of white females and almost 2 times that of Hispanic females, I'm sorry. Huh? What? In 2008, the most recent year in which the information was available, maybe approximately 21,000 state prisoners and 1,600 federal prisoners. Out of them, 1.4 of the total prison population, I said earlier, were reported to be living with HIV and AIDS. Of the male inmates, approximately 20,000 or 1.3 were known to be living with AIDS, compared with 1.7% females. I said a little bit about that earlier. I'm just going to reiterate a little of this. 2007, the most recent year, AIDS cases among state and federal prisoners were about 2 to 4 times the rate of our general population. Now, correctional settings is often the first place incarcerated men and women are diagnosed with HIV and provided treatment. These settings are ideal for reaching persons who have HIV, other STDs, STIs, or tuberculosis or viral hepatitis, as well as for providing at least initial treatment and care for persons with these infections. They also offer an opportunity to provide risk reduction interventions that help prevent infection among those at high risk. Yet, correctional staff and healthcare providers in jails and prisons frequently confront challenges related to implementing testing, treatment, and prevention programs in these facilities, and providing effective linkage to care and support services that sustain clinical benefits for prisoners after their release. Okay? All right? Now, in addition to HIV testing, CDC recommends, the Center for Drug Control, or whatever they call themselves, a drug distribution. Yeah, I stink, right? Now, in addition to HIV testing, the CDC recommends that HIV education and prevention counseling be made available to inmates in correctional facilities as well. But like I said earlier, if you're not giving them the right tools, if they're not getting condoms, they're not getting clean needles, which are killing people, then they might as well just hang it up. Okay? They got to provide condoms and clean syringes to sexually active persons, and an integral part of HIV prevention interventions outside prisons.
outside and do it inside. Okay? All right? Now, even though sex and dope abuse, dope use in prisons is illegal or forbidden, come on now. We know that they getting dope in there. They shooting drugs. They smoking reefer. They doing everything. They having sex, unprotected sex with men. Stank. And it's causing a lot of problems when the men come out. And they're fine. They're going to keep them in there, but it's causing a lot of problems when they come out. Understand? A lot of problems when they come out. It's messing them up. For real, though. Messing us up out here. And I'm going to go over some things that the CDC is trying to do, what they're doing, what they're attempting to do to prevent some of this stuff. And I'm going to give you guys a warning about about AIDS in prisons. Huh? When I come back. A little more as I come back, all right? 407-535-1808, incarceration, AIDS, and HIV. Yes. Talk amongst yourselves. Firemix Radio, firemixradio.com. Yeah, for real.
The WILROC Show is on.
The superstar, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that's too sweet to be sour is talking to you.
Zam.
Ouch. It hurts when I do it, but it's a pleasurable hurt. Medicine, I love it. Incarceration, AIDS, and HIV. The WILROC Show, Fire Mix Radio.
This station rules the nation.
Fire Mix Radio at firemixradio.com.
Defending and advocating for immigrants. This has been the mission of the immigration law offices at Gale C. Ram for the past 15 years and continues to be our commitment today. Ask us about preparing your citizenship for $2.99. Call 1-877-GALE-LAW to schedule a free in-office consultation or chat live online at galelaw.com. We have offices in Orlando and Kissimmee. For immigration, your first call should be to Attorney Gale C. Ram at 1-877-GALE-LAW. That's 1-877-GAIL-LAW.
She's the rhythm of the islands. The flavor can take you there. Go to Golden Crust. Tell me if you really want to roll with us.
Golden Crust is the home of the world's best tasting patties with a variety of 10 patties: beef, chicken, shrimp, jerk chicken, and vegetable, just to name a few. Also, try the succulent jerk chicken, marinated in our secret recipe of Caribbean herbs and spices, grilled to perfection right before your very eyes. Also, try our Reggae Fest combo meals with a free drink. So stop by your favorite Golden Crust location today or call 718-OK-CRUST. That's 718-OK-KRUST. Or log on to goldencrustbakery.com. Taste the rhythm of the islands at Golden Crust, the home of the world's best tasting patties.
Taste the rhythm of the islands. The flavor can take you there. Go to Golden Crust. Tell me if you really want to roll with us.
Get your hip-hop fix on Fire Mix Radio with DJ Mags, playing the hottest hip-hop, R&B, and all your favorite throwbacks. Catch DJ Mags live Thursdays 8 to 10 p.m. and Saturdays 4 to 6 p.m. as part of Fire Saturdays. Lock it in on firemixradio.com or Fire Mix Radio on the TuneIn Radio app. Fire Mix Radio and DJ Mags, keeping the fire alive.
Check out the WILROC Show, Sundays 6 to 9 p.m. on Fire Mix Radio at firemixradio.com, bringing an eclectic approach, interesting topics, all types of music, special guests, and a lot more. That's the WILROC Show, Sundays 6 to 9 p.m. on Fire Mix Radio at firemixradio.com.
The WILROC Show is on.
Here to tell you something that's informative, that can help you, can motivate you, and can elevate you, even in the walks of your life.
At this time, I have the honor to present to you the moral leader of our nation.
Sing it, y'all.
The WILROC.
I ain't hang.
The WILROC.
Sing it, y'all.
The WILROC.
Sing it, children.
The WILROC.
Oh, wow.
The WILROC.
Sing it, y'all.
The WILROC.
I ain't hang.
The WILROC.
Well.
The WILROC.
Sing it, y'all.
The WILROC.
Oh, sing it.
The WILROC.
The WILROC Show.
Yes. Yeah, okay, all right, okay. Yes, again, thank you very much for listening to the WILROC Show. Yours truly, the WILROC. Now, if you guys are on Fire Mix Radio, firemixradio.com, the camera might be black. I have it blocked off because I'm getting ready to, this is the second hour of the WILROC Show, and this is when I relieve my stress. And while I relieve my stress, I have to do things I don't want people to see because they might take me straight to the chain gang, okay? I don't want to go straight to no chain gang, all right? I don't like chain gang. Then I don't want to get going there. And I ain't getting no AIDS, but if I had to go to the chain gang, I'd probably die, or I'd probably just be, but when I get out, I'll probably have rock Monjani, but I ain't doing no nasty stuff in the chain gang. And the topic is incarceration, HIV, and AIDS while you locked up in the chain gang. Okay, some get it while they have it before they go. Some get it before. Some don't have AIDS and get it while they in there. through various ways. All right, now, I want to tell y'all right now, I got to relieve my threat. I got a lot of threat. And I said threat too, like that, threat. I got a lot of threat. Y'all know I got 29 chiller. Got charged, boat. I got all kinds of stuff. It's short. Fed tapping my phone. Can't do nothing right. I'm hungry. Right here eating peanuts and grits for breakfast. It's killing me. I ain't got no money. I ain't like the other guys you hang around. Can't even afford no Walmart. Can't even afford to go out on the front porch. That's crazy. And on top of that, I always say this all the time, they're genetically modifying our foods and feeding it to us and our children. We just accepting it. They telling us anything on the TV. We falling like sheep for anything they say. They steady spraying stuff over our heads, chemical trails over our heads, spraying us with stuff, steady dogging us out. They got all our kids gay. They got everybody gay. I don't care if the gays run everything. I don't care. Still, that ain't good. They got everything raggedy. It's raggedy. You think a little boyfriend of Macho Man, he go in there, he a punk, he go to prison, he getting booted. He come out with ain't getting to you. And his girlfriend, his other friend, your other friend he messing with. Oh, that's terrible. And what I do to get rid of my stress here in the WILROC show, I have to do this, and it's common. And a lot of people, you're new. People who knows what's going on, they probably going there getting some sandwiches and stuff. They probably going to probably get some, bed bug and baked and butter bean. That's why they eat. People that already know, they probably eat bed bugs and butter bean. But they going to get theirs. People who don't know, this is what I do every time during the second hour of the WILROC show. I have to relieve my stress. And he said, WILROC, how you relieve your stress? And this is how I relieve my stress. I rip off some shots. Shots be tanning to me, but I love them.
You'll take from your mama, you'll even take the limbs off of a tree. But I'm gonna kick your ass for messing with me.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Motivated! Motivated! Dedicated! Dedicated!
Parlate tra di voi.
Woo, you sure gotta climb a lot of steps to get to this Capitol building here in Washington. Well, I wonder who that sad little scrap of paper is.
I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city. It's a long, long wait while I'm sitting in committee. But I know I'll be a law someday. At least I hope and pray that I will. But today I am still just a bill.
Well, you certainly have a lot of patience and courage.
Well, I got this far. When I started, I wasn't even a bill. I was just an idea. Some folks back home decided they wanted a law passed, so they called their local congressman, and he said, "You're right, there ought to be a law." Then he sat down and wrote me out and introduced me to Congress, and I became a bill. And I'll remain a bill until they decide to make me a law. I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I got as far as Capitol Hill. Well, now I'm stuck in committee, and I'll sit here and wait while a few key congressmen discuss and debate whether they should let me be a law. I hope and pray that they will. But today I am still just a bill.
Listen to those congressmen arguing. Is all that discussion and debate about you?
Yeah, I'm one of the lucky ones. Most bills never even get this far. I hope they decide to report on me favorably, otherwise I may die.
Die?
Yeah, die in committee. Oh, but it looks like I'm going to live. Now I go to the House of Representatives and they vote on me.
If they vote yes, what happens?
Then I go to the Senate and the whole thing starts all over again.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And if they vote for me on Capitol Hill, well, then I'm off to the White House where I'll wait in a line with a lot of other bills for the president to sign. And if he signs me, then I'll be along. How I hope and pray that he will. But today I am still just a bill.
You mean even if the whole Congress says you should be a law, the president can still say no?
Yes, that's called a veto. If the president vetoes me, I have to go back to Congress and they vote on me again, and by that time you're so
By
old.
that time, it's very unlikely that you become a law. It's not easy to become a law, is it?
No, but how I hope and pray that I will. But today I am still just a bill.
He signed your bill. Now you're a law.
Oh, yeah.
On this day with Miss Sheree. 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 Yeah, all right. Sit down. Okay, be quiet. Take it easy. Are you there, Miss Sheree?
Yes, I am.
Can you hear me clearly, Miss Sheree?
Yes, I can.
Now tell us what you have for us on this day, Miss Sheree.
Today is June the 8th, and in 1917, Mr. Walt Disney graduated from Benton High School.
No, Walt didn't. Go ahead, Miss Ray.
The Milton Berle Show premiered on NBC TV in 1948.
Oh, Uncle Milty. He loved to cross-dress a lot. Boy, go ahead, Miss Ray.
And in 1968, Rolling Stones released the song Jumping Jack Flash.
Oh, Jumping Jack Flash is a gas, gas, gas. That refers to shooting heroin. That's what that song is about, Jumping Jack Flash. Go ahead.
My thought to remember is, nobody can do everything, but everyone can do something.
I know that's right, Miss Ray. That is correctamundo. Your bond has been placed. Okay, you have gotten out of jail with that.
Thank you.
Word is bond. And I would like to know if you would like to give some shoutings of all things.
Yes, two special shout-outs. One to my brother, who will be celebrating a birthday tomorrow, and my niece, who will be graduating from high school tomorrow.
What's your brother's name?
Edward.
Oh, Edward O'Hedward. Okay.
And my niece's name is Reagan.
Oh, she got a big bump on the back of her neck. That's her?
No, that's not her.
Not the one with the slice behind her ear? Oh, I think my Reagan's messed up. Go ahead, Miss Ray. Go ahead. Thank you for participating.
You're welcome. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. On this day with Miss Sheree. Get it. Ow! Ow! Do it. Well. What? Hey, what? Get up. Don't stop. Just shake that rump now. Oh, well, you got to shake that shimmy, shake that fine. It's time. WILROC Show. Whoa, now. Come on. Come on. Hey. Ow. In the days of my younger stages, when I was pressing memories from my mind's pages, I couldn't see the world's greed. I couldn't see the world's rage day. And as the chapters grew larger, and the simple things started getting harder, I looked for a way to turn. Didn't want my soul to burn, baby. Yeah. Okay, all right, golly. Ooh, I got caught up. Ooh, I was on it. I lost myself in the funk. I lost myself in the funk now. It's easy to funk now. I love being in the funk now. All right, okay. Today's topic is, thank you for yes again. Thank you for listening to the WILROC Show here on Fire Mix Radio, firemixradio.com. Tune in application. People out there, thank you for listening. Today's topic is incarceration and HIV and AIDS. Some people have it when they go in. Some people have it when they come out. If you understand what I'm saying. All right? And I was going over some things about some prevention measures. And I was asking and getting ready to tell you guys. Don't forget, we also have 475-335-1808 or the fire line, 201-378-3473. Also on Fire Mix Radio, firemixradio.com. You can go there and get on the fire line if you want to. You can get on the chat line. Talk to the WILROC. Say something to me. If not, talk amongst yourselves, baby. You know what I'm talking about? I know you're scared of me, I'm so easy to be. You better be scared of me, because I will bite you. I'll come in your house and I'll smell your breath and I'll get in your weave, and I'll slither through. Oh, here come your boyfriend. He coming. Where he been? He just got the chain gang. He been over Raymond's house. He a punk. Oh, Lord, let me go. I'm going to leave you alone because you going to mess around here and give me AIDS. I'm finna go. Anyway, I know that's stupid. Okay, now, what is the CDC doing to help prevent AIDS and from prisoners and stuff like that? Now, here's some suggestions that they have. Now, the CD funds state and local health departments and community-based organizations to provide enhanced HIV testing and other HIV prevention services in a wide range of settings, including prisons and jails. Now, in February 2009, CDC published HIV testing guidance for correctional facilities. The CDC recently funded the evaluation of a program for which voluntary opt-out HIV rapid screening was integrated into the medical intake process at a large county jail in Atlanta, Georgia, with high HIV prevalence. Yes, Atlanta, Georgia has a high HIV prevalence because there's a lot of punks in Atlanta and a lot of underground board punks, and they messing with women, and women they underground too, and everything going stankling over there. Okay, that's what it is. I know I said this thing, Atlanta. Don't say they're going to kill me Atlanta, and I get to Atlanta. So, it's a lot of punks over there, a lot of undercover brothers screwing these women. I'm saying it like that now. Getting these women, and then the women, they ain't so nice yourself because you messing with 2-3 other fellas, and you giving it to them too, and they messing with 2-3 other females, and they doing that how it's going. Okay? All right, then. Sit back and rest. Okay? All righty. Now, all right. Now the guarantee and CDC are developing a best practices model protocol for the U.S. jails to implement HIV screening and other medical services during the medical assessment at intake. Now, persons with HIV will be linked to care and treatment. Okay. Now, CDC-supported Project START, that's an HIV, STI, and hepatitis prevention program for young men leaving prison. The intervention was successful in reducing HIV risk behaviors of young men after release from custody, at a cost comparable to other HIV prevention programs. CDC continues to support Project START by providing resources. Why don't they just by providing resources, training, and capacity building to providers through the diffusion of effective behavioral interventions project. Okay? All right, you can learn more about this intervention. Now, let me tell you something. Okay, if you guys out there have a cure for AIDS, HIV, and all this stuff I'm talking about, it goes out the window. Give it up. Just let them have it and get them out. You done created some other stank stuff, something to kill some people with. Go on and let the people live. I know you guys trying to depopulate, get some people dead, so you can control the population a little more. Okay? They already spraying chemicals over us. They already genetically modifying our foods. They already shamming us with the vaccines. They already killing us. They already got us homosexuals, but we ain't producing no more life. You know what I'm saying? They're killing us. All right? We're dying. They're killing us off. So why don't just give them the medicine and let them go ahead and live a little bit? Why stop killing us? Leave us alone, beasts. All right, that's crazy. And like I said, now the CDC continues to support Project START by providing resources, training, and capacity building to providers through the diffusion of effective behavioral intervention projects. Now, through a CDC-funded demonstration project, researchers are trying to decrease risky sexual behaviors among incarcerated adolescent black youth and adult black men at the Atlanta City Detention Center before the inmates return to their communities. They already got it. They already punched. You ain't gonna stop that. You can try, but they ain't gonna stop that. Talk to them. Their mama's been talking to them, and their cousin's been talking to them for the longest. They ain't listening. Okay, now peer educators interview inmates about sexual practices and barriers to adopting HIV
risk reduction behaviors. Stop screwing boys, and and all that kind of stuff. That'll make that's the best prevention measure you can get. All right, stop getting booty. Now, as health specialists continue to grapple with global challenges to combating AIDS, Louise, a black woman living in the South, infected through heterosexual sex, represents the continued struggle with the epidemic in the United States. Her story also illuminates a complex domestic issue. Like I said earlier, that's what I'm coming back to. Bo Willie, macho man. He has to be a macho man. And he goes to prison. Undercover, he's a faggot. Oh, God, did I say faggot? He's a punk, whatever you want to call him. He's homosexual. And he goes into prison, and it's a punk's holiday. And he goes in there, and he admits to sex. He's either he might be straight. He gets raped, or he gets he's having sex with these boys. He's the inserter, and he contracts AIDS. Comes out, he doesn't say anything. The state don't care. They don't say anything. They don't help. And he comes out and he has a girlfriend or a wife, or a girlfriend and a wife, and various concubine. And he goes out there and he begins to do his thing on these concubine women and wives and stuff. And then these women and concubine they stink selves too, have other men in their lives that they're skipping around with. And I'm going to say it over and over. I'm going to continue to say it, and it spreads that way. Okay? All right? And Miss Louise, that's how she contracted it. Okay? Now, HIV is an opportunistic disease that thrives on disruption of social networks. Okay? An infectious disease specialist, Dr. David Wall, an infectious disease specialist at the University of North Carolina, where several studies on the subject are underway. Now, North Carolina has a thing going on with AIDS in prisoners. Okay? Now, while many studies have documented the prevalence of disease in prisons, researchers are now examining how patterns of incarceration affect the transmission beyond prison walls when they get out. And that's give it to their ladies and their girlfriends and their boyfriends or whatever when they come out. Women, they do it too. I'm going to get on y'all too. Don't think it's just men now. Huh? Because y'all in jail using needles, getting high, and y'all get high more than us too. Because y'all got that thing to pay off. All right? Y'all got that payoff method. Y'all got a good payoff system. Okay? I'm going to tell you something now. Blacks now account for more than half of all new HIV infections, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Black women account for 72% of all new cases amongst women. During the decade that AIDS epidemic has spread, the number of people incarcerated has also soared to nearly 2.1 million, according to the Bureau of Justice stats. I said that earlier. A lot of people locked up. 2.1 million people locked up. That's too many people locked up. Anyway, besides the AIDS, okay? All right, now in North Carolina, African Americans make up more than 70% of all existing HIV and AIDS cases and about 60% of the state's roughly 35,000 prisoners. Huh? Right there in North Kakalaki. Huh? Yeah. Talking about moving to North Kakalaki, go up there and get AIDS. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to just stop right now with that. Okay, I'm going to stop that part, okay? All right. I'm going to stop. Now, like I said, now check it out. John Thomas, a University of North Carolina epidemiologist, conducted a county-by-county study for the data, found a robust correlation between incarceration rates and the rates of HIV and other sexually transmitted diseases. That's what he did over there. He was the one who administered that. Okay, doctors and social workers in the state say prison either directly or indirectly affect many of their HIV patients. An infected woman near Chapel Hill, for example, suspected her boyfriend of having sex with men in prison, and after he got out, but could never bring herself to ask him about it. So she took it and got AIDS. You been messing with boys up there in prison there, Williams?
Uh-uh.
I heard you been messing with boys.
No, I haven't.
You sound like you have. This is your stink voice.
Oh, I sound crazy.
Yeah, you sound crazy. You been messing with boys in prison, haven't you, Rochester?
No.
I'm gonna quit your ass, and I'm going over there to WILROC. WILROC straight in the book. Anyway, be careful out there, okay? Your little man coming out of prison, he's suspect. Better ask. You better get some tests taken. Women and HIV in prisons and jails. We're coming back with that. We're gonna get on you women directly. See how it stands for y'all and what's going on. Less of y'all go to prisons. But how is the rate of HIV and AIDS transmitted in prison for you women? 407-535-1808. Fire line 201-378-347-3. Yeah, WILROC Show. FireMix Radio, FireMixRadio.com. I'm gonna come back directly, and I want y'all to listen to my show. Call in at the numbers 407-535-1808, 201-378-3473. Fire line. Go to FireMix Radio, FireMixRadio.com. Right there live. You can see the old WILROC's little ugly face. And I'm just gonna have me some camel cutlets and rice. And if that don't work, I know my little lady loves. She loves to cook hyena ham and broccoli. But I say that for Wednesday. But anyway, talk amongst yourselves, and I'll be with y'all directly, okay? FireMix Radio, FireMixRadio.com. You know what I'm saying? FireMix Radio at FireMixRadio.com. Hey, Trini Peach. I never seen a peach grown in Trini, but I imagine it has to be sweet. Talk amongst yourselves, people. Talk amongst yourselves.
The WILROC Show is on and live.
Peace, love, black is beautiful. Remember the essence of life. We are people of the universe.
Tell me why. Why can't we live together? Tell me why. Why can't we live together? Everybody wants to live together. Why can't we live together? No more wars, no more wars, no more wars. Just a little peace in this world. No more wars, no more wars. All we want is some peace in this world. Everybody wants to live together. Why can't we live together? Still my brother. I said no matter what color, you are still my brother. Everybody wants to live together. Why can't we live together?
Right on.
Assassin in the window, down in a Texas town. He waited president down.
President down.
The world became a sphere of solitude and sadness. Rich men and poor men cried when the news came on the radio that President Kennedy had died. He shot
the president down.
He was a man of honor, a man who had pride, a man.
Yes. Again, I'm testing the phone lines for the first time. See if Lady Lex is there. Lady Lex, are you there? Lady Lex done gone. Oh, my goodness. Lady Lex, are you there?
Hey, well,
Oh, I got Lady Lex in here real good. Yes, Lady Lex, and this is time for Lady Lex's health tidbits. And I was just testing the phones for the first time, the regular line, the fire line, and it's working. Hey, Lady Lex, how you doing, baby?
Hey, how are you? How is everyone? How's your weekend going, WILROC?
Oh, it's going pretty good, Pumpkin. How yours? How's yours?
It's awesome. I'm relaxing.
There you go. That's the only way to go. Now, Lady Lex, everybody out there who doesn't know, Lady Lex, she comes with her health tidbits every week. Lady Lex, which health tidbit do you have for us this week, baby?
Okay, WILROC, today I want to speak about understanding the human body. We need to feed our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual to have balance. So most of us don't do this because we aren't aware of what it takes. I'm going to give a quote today as well as a video recommendation. And this quote is by Gautama Buddha. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. All that we are is founded on our thoughts and formed of our thoughts. And that is a quote by Gautama Buddha. And as far as the recommendation video, I would have to give The Living Matrix by Greg Becker. And what this video is, it reveals insights into our bodies, our minds, and our health. Information that will transform your life and understanding. So seeing this video will give you a great outlook on how to transform and really have that balance in life. And like I always say, live a life worth living. So that's the health tidbits of today. You all have a blessed week.
No, don't you try to run off like that. Don't never try to run off like that. I'm going to start punishing you for that. Okay, shout out to somebody before you leave here. Do that for me, please. If you don't do it for yourself, do it for the loved ones in your life. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, actually, I want to give a shouting of outing to my baby. He turned 6 on Friday.
All right now, boy.
So we had a party for him. So it was great.
Okay.
So that's my shouting of outings. And also to everyone that was at the party, thank you for coming out. And a shout out to everyone that's listening. And to Shacktown, of course, my hometown.
Shacktown in the house.
Shacktown.
I know that's right. Thank you, baby. Thank you for participating in the WILROC show, Lady Lex.
Lady Lex, All right. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye. Well, do it. Yes, 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 and yes again. Thank you for listening to the WILROC Show. Thank you, Lady Lex, for your participation. Thank you all for listening here on Fire Mix Radio, firemixradio.com. I'm yours through the WILROC. This is the WILROC Show. I am here. You are there. We are everywhere. What's happening, Vet? Hey, Vet. Celestia. Boom. Okay. Yeah. Check this out now. I'm going over some, today's topic is incarceration and AIDS and HIV. And getting it while you're in there, getting it before you got there and transmitting it, or getting it transmitted to you while you're in there. Now, women in HIV in prisons and jails, now you know that women prisoners are a minority in the United States prison population, but they are very highly affected by HIV and AIDS. Incarcerated women are 36 times as likely as non-incarcerated women to be living with HIV/AIDS. Now, the contrast between incarcerated women and incarcerated men is also stark. All right? Yeah, it's stark. Yeah. At the end of 2000, at the end of the year 2000, women state prisoners were more than 60% more likely than incarcerated men to have HIV, to be HIV positive. 60%, okay, in 2000, women state prisoners were more than 60% more likely than incarcerated men to have HIV, to be HIV positive. Okay? Because there are so many more men in prison than women, programs for prisoners and prisons themselves are usually designed with adult men in mind, not women. Now, to provide effective HIV/AIDS services to incarcerated women, service providers need to take time to understand the differences between men and women's experiences of HIV/AIDS and the criminal justice system, which is rigged against everybody. I don't care if you got AIDS, schmeg, direct engaged. It's designed to be against you. It's not helpful. Okay, it's helpful for them so they can get a fetish off that. They can do something stank about it. Now, the most effective programs for women are often those that are designed from the ground up with women in mind, rather than men's programs that are simply applied to women. The advocates, CBOs, and prisoners themselves have developed quality services for addressing HIV/AIDS amongst women prisoners. All right? And this thing I'm going over is going to summarize the impact of HIV/AIDS on women's prisoners and describe programs specifically designed to meet their needs. Now, women make up a growing proportion of people living with HIV in the United States, I said. Now, women were accounted for 14% of all adults and adolescents with HIV cases. Now, by 1999, they were accounted for 20% of the HIV cases. Now, younger women and women of color are particularly at risk, and I went over that. Of course, people of color are particularly at risk of everything. And like my man George Collins say, it's a war on brown people. I don't care. It's always been. I don't care what you say. I'm not trying to do all. He just. No, it is. Okay? In your face and out of your face. It's a war on brown people. You hear? Ain't no war on white people. How many white people you know have a war against them? Huh? How many white countries are they bombing? They're starting to bomb a little more now because they're losing power, but they bombing everybody who is dark. They ain't bombing white countries. They're bombing brown countries. But anyhow, with that being said and stuff, yeah, with that being said, the United States is generally higher among young people with that higher. The United States is generally higher among younger people, than among older people. Among reported cases of HIV among 13 to 19 years old in 2001, 57% were among females. This is the highest proportion of female HIV cases amongst any age group. Okay? Now, African American and Hispanic women together account for less than a quarter of the U.S. females population, but they account for 81% of reported female HIV cases in 2001. Compared with white women, African American women are 20 times as likely to have AIDS. Hispanic women are more than 5 times as likely
to have AIDS than white women, and Native American women are more than twice as likely to have AIDS AIDS than white women. Okay, although everyone is potentially at risk of HIV/AIDS, these stats show that HIV and AIDS epidemic has not affected all population groups equally. Okay, and the criminal justice system is an important site for reaching underserved HIV-positive women and women who are at higher risk for the disease. All right. In addition, now you want to know why high STD rates of women in women prisons relevant to HIV/AIDS. Unsafe protective sex that results in transmission of STDs could also result in AIDS transmission. Yeah, women, you can give it to each other too while you think you're fooling yourselves. Fingers, everything, all that can be big sticks with y'all, whatever y'all use to stab it with. It can tear up and get it too, and you've been stabbing it everywhere. Anyway, all right. Now, having an STD in prison make a person physically more susceptible, more available for HIV/AIDS. Now, having both HIV and STDs make a person more likely to infect another person with HIV. Okay. Now, in addition to sexual behavior and sexual health issues that put women prisoners at high risk for HIV and AIDS, incarcerated women also have a high rate of involvement with drugs and alcohol. Female prisoners are 5 to 8 times more likely to abuse alcohol than women outside of prison, 10 times more likely to abuse drugs, and 27 times more likely to use cocaine. Oh yeah, baby. Y'all got a good payment method. Yeah. Y'all got that ass chick so you can get you high. Now these sex and drugs related risk behaviors, coupled with shared racial disparities amongst HIV-positive and incarcerated women, help explain the high rates of HIV/AIDS amongst women prisoners. They also help define the gender-specific aspect of quality HIV/AIDS services for incarcerated women. Okay? And I'm gonna get more into this as we go. Okay? All right? 8:12 p.m. Eastern Time. 12 after the hour. Yours truly, the WILROC here. FireMix Radio, FireMixRadio.com. Incarceration, AIDS, and HIV. Have a little more music for you. I'll come back with you directly with some more information. Talk amongst yourselves. 407-535-1808 or 201-378-3473. Thank you for listening. Check this out. Talk amongst yourselves. Please talk amongst yourselves.
The WILROC Show is on.
Look us up. We can help you.
Yo, this government that try to think to silence the people. Rise, and in the ear me say, raise it up. Find something bright and light it up. Exercise your rights. Change. Great on my speech. Mama, them a struggle get with food to eat, and they don't care. Papa, them a juggle fi way on the street, and they don't care. From them book take a leaf, man I turn a teeth, no they don't care. Youths are rise to the top, no matter how them try it way. Yo, this road it rugged, cover alone a benefit them things so we stupid. Me a fi praise mama courage. She a keep me belly full no matter could I come meal porridge. Yo, the things so corrupt, the road it mash up, I still can't see water truck. Tell me how you sleeping right when your response it change and Jamaicans can't sleep at now. Mama them a struggle get with food to eat, and they don't care. Papa them a juggle fi way on the street, and they don't care. From them book take a leaf, man I turn a teeth, though they don't care. Youths are rise to the top, no matter how them try it way. Do the math, the minimum wage you can live on that, it's hard. Me check a stack, just pay the bills and make you full of pot. No sir, keep God in our ear. Father, give them a righteous path and humble with that. Cause the system set up for we feel like we can't sit back. Mama man them a struggle get with food to eat, and they don't care. Papa them a juggle with on the street, and they don't care. From them book take a leap, man alternative, though they don't care. Youths are raised to the top, no matter how them try it way. And in the ear, me say raise it up. Find something bright and light it up. Signal for papa, me say bright it up. Signal for mama, me say light it up.
You may fire when ready, Grizzly.
An overdose.
We got beat.
I move on. Yeah.
Hey man, are you ready to go?
Boogie jobbing rap is life where I'm from. Where I'm from, a mod play with Izzy where I'm from. Where I'm from, it be like run your coat black. Jupiter keeps a fat beats by the pack where I'm from. Nappy hair is like, we be reading marks where I'm from. The kids be rocking Clarks where I'm from. You turn around your cap, you talk over a beat, and dig some sounds booming out of Jeep where I'm from. Cocoons hide the youth, twin units 100 proof. You want some beef, they will cut you some where I'm from. The beats is infinite where I'm from. Voodoo at Shubanin, Gangsta Lee where I'm from. I'm interplanetary, my insect movements vary. It's kinky if it's hair, G where I'm from. The fire hoses blow, it's purple when it's snow. I do a hit and go, split. It's hip, what's hip? When hip is just the norm. Cause planets pledge allegiance to the funk in all its forms. The kings, the dance, the prints on all the shirts. My grandmother told my mother it's Africa at work. On vibes, we freak, them universal beats. You find it at the spot, you hear the ends of every week. We twist, exist, to spin the maddest hits. Up here funk is our neighbor, so we paid her a visit. The lip we sit can house the 9 zips. For rock we can't do nothing, but this we come equipped. Off disc, off tape, rap blasting 2 from 8. The really truly fat, the fly, on the flip. Coco gotta know how planets gotta roll. Speak the mega cool, get funky as a goal. It's calm, relax, we're only some new jacks that acts from the funk, but don't play the role. Where you places and places we fly. I'm the 2 places and spaces we fly. Space and more than 8 places we fly. Yeah, money was the hacks.
Wicked thick plans got team where I'm from. Where I'm from, it's Clarence 13 where I'm from. Where I'm from, brothers took the beats and got fly. Why? That's most asked by 85 where I'm from. Faking the funk, you get dead. Projects, tenements, pyramids. Where I'm from, we're living off that boom boom crack. It's that hip hop rockers jazz when I max. Peace be the greeting of the insect tribe. Pestilent forces can't catch the vibe. We live to love and we love to rock mics. We speak in ghetto tongue, cause ghetto's the life. Food for thought, so get a buffet plate. The lyrics are so fat, you might gain weight. So just watch me step alone into the sunset. Left foot, right foot, 1, 2, mic check. Brewing funk inside my soul.
Good God.
Yes, it's Hollywood. Are you there, Hollywood?
Will Rock, what's up, baby?
Hey, Hollywood, how you doing, baby? Hey, Hollywood, how you doing, baby?
I am doing well, Will Rock, between this rain and this wake.
Oh.
Woo, boy, work keep you busy.
I know that's right. Working rain.
Working rain and raining wake.
I know that's right.
I sure be thinking about you, Will Rock. I
Thank
said,
you.
boy, I still need to get there with my partner in crime.
I know that's
and
right.
do these things right.
But I know you got a lot on your plate, Hollywood, and you got things to do, and you got business to take care of. Take care of your business.
I got things to do. Yes, I did. But I do appreciate my check. I sure appreciate that.
It was. I mean, the 35 cents was all I could muster up. You know, you've been off for about a month, so I just gave that was your vacation pay. That's all that was.
Oh, that was it, because I thought you were going to be paying me in the rears. But okay. But it's all good. Okay.
Yeah, I pay you in the rears, all right. But anyhow.
There you go, right there. Right there.
you're my baby. But
I love you. Anywho.
Anyway, in Hollywood, today's topic is incarceration and HIV and AIDS. Some people go in there with AIDS and they spread it, and some people go in there without AIDS and get it spread on their rumps.
Yeah.
What you got to say about that, Hollywood?
Yeah, see, and unfortunately in the penal system, it's so you do have good guards and things like that. I got that, but stuff is just running rampant in these facilities.
Yes, they are.
And, we just don't have enough people to watch people. And you know how that can go, WILROC. I mean, and I guess like I was, talking to you earlier about, especially when you have people having these sexual encounters in prison and things like that, they're not using protection.
Right.
They're not. Some people are getting raped.
Protection is not protection is not provided.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the problem. And, like I was telling you earlier, it's not just the men. People may think of going there men and stuff, but no, women are coming out with the same disease.
That's right, because they've been using needles out there, and they're sharing needles in
there
prison.
You go.
And they having what they think is safe sex, but a lot of they're using the same sex tools from one person to another.
Absolutely.
And it's
from
causing
the
the thing. That's right.
Yep. So, and I'm glad you're doing this because there needs to be more education on this.
Yes.
It really does. And like I said, kudos out to the corrections officers and stuff because that's not an easy job at all.
It's not.
But you definitely can't watch the inmates 24/7.
No, you can't.
It's just not that many staff members there. So so it's just like, what can you do? Except spread the word. You got to spread the word. You got to get educated.
And some of the people in charge of the inmates let it happen for punishment reasons too. They may not like a certain person and let it happen. Go ahead on. I don't see nothing.
Yep,
there
you go.
All kind of things going on like
Absolutely.
this. All kind of stuff going on out there. All kind of stank nasty stuff.
And you know what? And I really wish, and I know this might be another topic, we really need to start rehabilitating these folks in jail. Not just starting to, building more and more prisons. Right. You're building more and more of these prisons, but you're not rehabilitating these people.
Nope.
So you're making billions and billions of dollars off of this industry when you need this needs to be the industry that does not need to be growing.
Can you say slavery? Can you say slavery?
What you say? Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
So yeah, good. I love it, WILROC. But I love you too, though, baby.
Oh, thank you. I need a little love in my life. Oh, you so crazy. Oh, Lord, I'm sending your check to you right now tomorrow.
I so appreciate it.
It's a crazy check.
All right, WILROC. So I will talk with you next week. You have a wonderful day.
All right, baby.
My plans are to be there next week. So
come on
hopefully
through.
we'll be in cahoots then.
I know that's right. Well, come on in, baby. I'll talk to you. I'll see you directly.
You got it directly. Okay, love you.
I love you too, baby.
All right. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The WILROC Show is on.
So what you and I have got to do is get involved. You and I have to be right there breathing down their throat. Every time they look over their shoulder, we want them to see us.
Did you know? Did you know birds need gravity to swallow?
Did you know?
Did you know the longest recorded flight of a chicken was 13 seconds? Did you know? Did you know the most commonly known used letter in the alphabet is E? You are listening to The WILROC Show on Fire Mix Radio at firemixradio.com.
I'd like to use radio for my advertising, but I just can't picture it. It just doesn't do visuals. Customers need to see my product. That's what makes them want to buy it.
That's a great reason to use radio. Radio has the only pictures that count. The pictures in the minds of listeners who will be your customers, showing how they will feel using your product. Radio is the most visual advertising medium, and the only one that shows the customer how good they will look or feel using your product. If it's a pie, they see the exact piece they want. Clothing, cars, the pictures the listeners see are the pictures they want to see. And these are the pictures that make any of us buy a product.
Well, that makes sense.
In addition to being so visual, radio is totally flexible. If you get a new shipment, you can get it on the radio quickly. Radio is also the most intimate medium. If 50,000 people hear a radio commercial, each listener hears it as it applies only to him or her.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Radio is the most sensible advertising buy. Your customers can picture it.
For information about advertising on The WILROC Show, please contact Donald Wilcox at 407-535-1808. That's Donald Wilcox at 407-535-1808 or The WILROC Show at yahoo.com.
Defending and advocating for immigrants. This has been the mission of the immigration law offices of Gail C. Ram for the past 15 years and continues to be our commitment today. Ask us about preparing your citizenship for $2.99. Call 1-877-GAIL-LAW to schedule a free in-office consultation or chat live online at GailLaw.com. We have offices in Orlando and Kissimmee. For immigration, your first call should be to Attorney Gail C. Ram at 1-877-GAIL-LAW. That's 1-877-GAIL-LAW.
She's the rhythm of the islands. The flavor can take you there. Come to Golden Crust. Tell me if you really wanna roll with us.
Golden Crust is the home of the world's best tasting patties with a variety of 10 patties: beef, chicken, shrimp, jerk chicken, and vegetable, just to name a few. Also, try the succulent jerk chicken, marinated in our secret recipe of Caribbean herbs and spices, grilled to perfection right before your very eyes. Also, try our Reggae Fest combo meals with a free drink. So stop by your favorite Golden Crust location today or call 718-OK-CRUST. That's 718-OK-KRUST. Or log on to goldencrustbakery.com. Taste the rhythm of the islands at Golden Crust, the home of the world's best tasting patties.
Taste the rhythm of the islands. The flavor can take you there. Come to Golden Crust. Tell me if you really wanna roll with us.
Yes, and yes again. Thank you very much for listening to the WILROC Show. Yours truly, the WILROC here. Okay? Yes. 407-535-1808 or 201-378-3473. You can call in the WILROC Show here. Tune in application people out there. Thank you for listening. On the Tune In app. 91.7 if we're on. We're here. Boom, right in your faces. Yes, the WILROC Show. Yours truly, the WILROC here. Today's topic is incarceration and HIV and AIDS. HIV and AIDS and incarceration is the connection between those. You can go in with AIDS and spread it, or you can go in without it and come out with it, and you spread it when you get out to amongst the people. That is very stinking. That's very nasty. Okay, now I'm gonna first of all, people have today's topic is incarceration and AIDS, HIV. Now people have a problem finding out the realities of AIDS in prison. People don't understand it. Okay? Now, with hundreds of prisoners already dead and thousands more infected, the New York State has a bigger AIDS epidemic within its criminal justice system than most states have in their entire population. But critics say that instead of raising the challenge, the system has too often failed its inmates with AIDS, abridging their legal rights and even shortening their lives by neglecting medical care. They don't care about you. They got AIDS, you got AIDS in you, they don't care. You finna die, so they're gonna let you die. Okay, that's all to that, right? Your brother, your sister, whoever. Now, two of Attica State Prison in July gave a group of visiting judges, July of last year, got no July in here, July last year, gave a group of visiting judges a vivid education of the realities of AIDS behind bars. Now, Judge Richard C. Failure recalled the prison guide's explanation of how supposed confidentiality for inmates with AIDS breaks down in practice. Now, guards proclaim the need for blood precautions in handling an inmate, and everyone within earshot knows what that means. When such a prisoner is escorted away from for a medical or court appointment, fearful neighboring inmates may burn out his cell as a warning to the authorities against returning him to their midst. Don't bring him back here. We're going to tear the cell up, burn it down. Now, fear of AIDS has also worked against defendants awaiting trial. Critics cite the case of a woman with AIDS accused of manslaughter who was held at Rikers Island. Now, during 5 months of detention, she never talked to a lawyer. When she finally went to court, she was delivered by officers wearing masks and gloves. All right. Her assigned lawyer insisted she stand away from him, urged her to plead guilty and accept a substantial sentence, and asked to be relieved of the case because of his wife was afraid of the infection. Okay? 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 So that's how that goes. All right? Yeah, hold on, Joe. You cool. Just hold on. Hold on a second, Joe. Okay? Now, those things happen. They be scared of him. All right? Like I said, her assigned lawyer insisted that she stand away from him in front of everybody and urged her to plead guilty and accept a substantial sentence and asked to be relieved of the case because his wife was afraid of the infection. The defendant declined his advice, okay? An AIDS organization found her a new lawyer who persuaded a judge that the charges were weak and that she should be released. Soon after winning freedom, however, she was hospitalized. All right? Now, for 2 years now, a panel of lawyers and judges formed by the City Bar Association has been investigating such cases and the broader issue they pose. People scared to deal with that. People scared to deal with that. Okay? For real. So a lot of people are scared to deal with people with AIDS in prison. And they can be biased against you. That can affect your rump. Okay? So people say, well, you got all these prisoners here. You got all this stuff going on. Why don't you just quarantine all the AIDS patients, put them in a separate section, and just leave them alone? Leave them alone. Okay? And they have a rare strain of HIV that is highly resistant to virtually all antiretroviral drugs and appears to lead to the rapid onset of AIDS, was detected in New York City in a New York City man. City health officials announced it recently. It was the first time a strain of HIV had been found that showed resistance to multiple drugs and led to AIDS so quickly. All right? All right? Why not just put them in a section, lock them up, put them in all the AIDS patients, test everybody. You got AIDS, put them over in the AIDS section. Don't let them walk amongst the people without AIDS and then they get AIDS, because they're going to want to get their booties. They're going to want to get booties, and they're going to make stinkiness. Okay? Think about it. Hundreds. Now, this unidentified creature has buggered hundreds of sex partners unprotected by any condoms. People get in there. Check it out. The virus is a story. The story went to report this. The story talking about the guy in the jail who had AIDS. It was scared to mess around. It was the first strain of HIV that was resistant to dope. Okay? All right. Now, the man was not identified by officials in order to protect his privacy. It's believed to have unprotected sex with hundreds of partners. Okay? The virus was found in a New York City man in his mid-40s, who engaged in unprotected sex, anal sex, with other men on multiple occasions while he was using crystal meth. Okay? The drugs reassure of inhibitions and stimulating effect have long been blamed by health officials for sex marathons that have increased the spread of AIDS. Get on that meth, but you can go all night. Skeeting. Get everybody infected. Infect your boyfriend, your girlfriend, everybody just having fun. And to protect his rights, they won't tell nobody. All right, and think about all these people he's having sex with. And the thing is, they won't tell nobody. And why is this oversex AIDS spreader being provided unlimited privacy rather than telling everybody, hey, this guy here has it. Watch him. Spread it out. Okay? Or why not just quarantine this dude and lock him up? Or anybody who has that disease in prison. Just lock him. It's not like they already locked up. Just put him in a separate section. Test him. You positive, you go over here. You're not positive, you go over there. Basic. Let the positive with each other and let the ones who over there do their thing. I think that might help. It might give some kind of relief, some kind of prevention method. A lot of people get in prison, they have to get out. And they have to transition to community care. All right? I'm gonna go more into this. I'm gonna go on just some music right quick. I'm running late. I'm gonna come back with the transition to community care, from prison to community care, and the medication continuity issues, from prison out to the real world. We're gonna go on a little bit more. We're gonna have Joe Gold next. Joe Gold is next after this. I'll be with you guys in a minute. Here, talk to you directly. 407-535-1808 is the call-in number. 201-378-3473 is the fire line number. All right, call the WILROC Show. I am here. You are there. We're everywhere. Fire Mix Radio, tune in application. We are there. Check out the WILROC Show. Incarceration, HIV, and AIDS. Some people go in with it and spread it. Some people go in without it and come back with it, and then they spread it amongst us. Okay? Think about that. All right? Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves.
Vocês estão escutando o WILROC Show.
Check it out.
Get down.
You wanna sit more on my living room floor? Play Nintendo with Seasonino. Pick up my phone, say Papa not home. Sex all night, mad head in the moon. Spin my V, smoke on my weed. Tattoo on TT saying B.I.G. Now check it. You wanna be my mid squeeze, baby? Don't you? You wanna give me what I need, baby? Won't you? Picture life as my wife. Just think. Full length, make fat X and all links. Bracelets to match. Conversation was all that. Showed you the safe combinations and all that. Guess you can say you's the one I trusted. Who would ever think that you would spread like mustard? This got hot. You sent feds to my spot. Took me to court, tried to take all I got. Another intricate block. The skip said I raped her. Damn, why she wanna stick me for my paper? My Moschino hole, my Versace hottie. Come to find out, you was with everybody. You knew about me, the fake ID. Cases in Virginia, body in DC. Whoa, always me, that's what I get for tricking. Came out on bail, commenced to ass kicking. Licking the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Disrespect my clique, my it's imperial. Looked around and made a milk box material. You feel me? It's niggas running your lips cause of you. I'm on some real ish.
On this day right here, we gonna start taking care of business.
East Point, smoke some dank. Call it all in the eye. Hater. Old National got the skanks. Everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's the M.I. cricket letter, ain't no one better. And when I'm on the microphone, you best to wear your sweater, cause I'm cooler than the polar bear's toenails. Oh, hell, then he go again, talking that ish. Bend corners like I was a curve, I struck a nerve, and now you about to see the southern player serve. I heard it's not where you from, but where you pay rent. Then I heard it's not what you make, but how much you spend. You got me bent like elbows, amongst other things, but I'm not worried. Cause when we set up in the party like I'm out, you scurry. So go get your shine box and your sack of nickels. It tickles to see you try to be like Mr. Pickles. Daddy fat sacks, B-I-G-B-O-I is that same. That gonna thumb me to them knuckles to your eye. And I try to warn you not to test, but you don't listen. Giving a shout out to my Uncle Donnell, locked up in prison. Now throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you like fish and grits and all that ish, everybody let me hear you say, oh yeah. Now throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you like fish and grits
and all the good stuff, y'all. Fish and grits.
My oral illustration be like clitoral stimulation to the female gender. Ain't nothing better, let me know when it's wet enough to enter. If not, I wait because the future of the world depends on if or if not the child we raise gon' have that nigga syndrome. Or will it know to beat the odds regardless of its skin tone? Or will it feel that if in tune it just might get picked on? Or will it give a fuck about what others say and get gone? The alienators cause we different, keep your hand to the sky. Like sounds of blackness when I practice what I preach and don't lie. I be the baker and the maker of the piece of my pie. Now breaker, tenfold, can I get some reply? Now everybody say,
throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you like fish and grits and all that pimp ish, everybody let me hear you say, oh yeah. Now throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And And if you like fish and grits and all that ish, everybody let me hear you say, oh yeah. Every day I sit while my nigga be in school thinking about the second album.
The WILROC Show.
Now here's what I want you all to do for me.
Bang! Caught you looking for the same thing. It's a new thing. Check out this I bring. The roll below the level, cause I'm living low next to the base. Come on! Turn up the radio. They're claiming I'm a criminal. But now I wonder how. Some people never know. The enemy could be their friend guardian. I'm now a hooligan. I rock the party and clear all the madness. I'm not a racist. Preach to teach the all. Cause some they never had this. Number one, never wanna run about the gun. I wasn't licensed to have one. The minute they see me, fear me. I'm the epitome, a public enemy. Used, abused without clues. I refuse to blow a fuse. They even had it on the news. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Yes, was the start of my last jam. So here it is again, another death jam. But since I gave you all a little something that I knew you lacked, they still consider me a new jack. All the critics you can hang on my hold the rope, but they hope to the pulp and play it ain't dope. The follower of Farrakhan, don't tell me that you understand until you hear the man. The book up the new school rap game. Writers treat me like Coltrane, insane. Yes to them, but to me, I'm a different kind. We're brothers on the same mind, unblind, caught in the middle and not surrendering. I don't rhyme for the sake of riddling. Some claim that I'm a smuggler. Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar, false media. We don't need it, do we? It's fake, that's what it be to you. Dig me? Yo, Terminator X, step up on the stand and show these people what time it is, boy. Don't believe the hype. 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 Don't believe the hype, it's a sequel. As an equal, can I get this through to you? My 98 booming with a trunk of funk. All the jealous punks can't stop the dunk. Coming from the school of hard knocks, some perpetrate, they drink Clorox, attack the black.
Joe Gold.
Yes again. Now it's time for Joe Gold. And Joe Gold is a WILROC Show's man on the street, man on the beat. Joe Gold, are you there, baby? Joe Gold, are you there? Oh, Joe Gold, I lost Joe Gold. Oh, my God. I lost, doing too much, child. Lost Joe Gold. That's crazy. Let me see what's happening here with Joseph Golden. We try again here. Try again on Joe Gold. Check this out. Let's see if Joe Gold's available. Hold on, Joe Gold. Wait a minute, Joe Gold. Are you there, Joe Gold? There you go. All right, that's all right. That's all right, Joe Gold. We there. You back. Here we go.
All right.
And yes again. Now it's time for Joe Gold. And Joe Gold is a WILROC Show's man on the street, man on the beat. Joe Gold, are you there, baby?
Joe Gold reporting for duty, sir.
Thank you, Joseph Golden. Now, which golden nugget of information do you have for us today, Jose Cuervo?
Well, Rod, wanted to bring a warm, grateful, great greeting to you. It's been a really hot day here in the state of Orlando, up to 98 degrees in some spots.
Ooh, hot as fish.
I mean, I did not sign up for this, okay? But it's all right. We're going to keep with it. We're going to keep up with it. We're going to keep it going.
Yep.
Speaking of heat, we're going to have a Miami Heat, San Antonio Spurs score update.
Okay, go ahead.
32 to 27. San Antonio is up right now at the beginning of the second quarter.
Right.
Okay, so it's still early. We're still trying to get it in for all the Heat fans.
Right.
And all the LeBron haters. It's okay.
Well, I'm not a LeBron hater. I'm not a Heat fan. I'm an Orlando Magic fan. I like Tim. I'm telling y'all out there now, y'all might be thinking I'm crazy. But I don't know. I might be wrong. I might be right. But I think it's Tim Duncan's last year. And the powers that be that run that mother sucker, hell yeah. Tim Duncan going to win this so he can go on about his business so LeBron can continue getting his rings.
Right. I think that's an interesting concept there, Dr. Rock. However, I think the face of the league is LeBron, and I think they want LeBron to win by any means necessary.
Okay.
But it's all interpretation, and that's why they play the games.
I know that's
It's like that horse race. Everybody was thinking, oh, triple crown for this California Chrome. It ain't been no triple crown since 78. It ain't gonna happen.
Right.
You know, it ain't gonna happen.
And that horse had an extra large heart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
hey, man, once again, I wanted to give you shout-outs and props to this fantastic subject matter you bringing this food to the community, too.
Yeah.
Man, you always come up with really good discussions, real good mind jobs for us to think about, mind exercises, things to think and chew on, and discuss later with your friends and family members.
That's right.
You know, you go to work the next day, and you're like, hey, you know, I heard something about, you know, these fantastic subjects, and you share it, and you pass it on, and that's what makes it good food.
Yeah, you know, today's topic is incarceration and HIV and AIDS. And you know, a lot of fellas, we know, Joe, you work at a barber shop, you out in the world, you know, a lot of these hardcore rock manjanis, they turn out to go to prison, they turn out to be not as rock manjani. And they messing with them boys, you know what I'm saying? They getting booty, they getting their booty got, consensually or not. They getting their booty got, or they getting booty, and they bring it home. They getting AIDS, and they coming home and giving it to our ex-girlfriends and stuff.
So our sisters and our aunties and stuff. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's right.
And our daughters. That's not right.
Right. And our concubine, and even our concubine. You know what I'm saying? So
indeed.
And it can spread easily like that, and we have to be careful about that. You know, in the prison system, really don't give a rat's rump what happens once they leave out, and they don't really care. But I want to thank you for participating and having something to say, at least if it's just a little bit, having something to say and putting forth an effort towards this cause.
We'll rock, you're an officer and a gentleman.
Halted! Oh! All right.
Take care.
All right, Joe Go. Give some
All
shout
right, my man.
Shout somebody out before you leave. Shout out the knowledge.
I want to, I'm a comedy buff. I love comedy, big and small. I want to give a shout out to my man Tracy Morgan.
Oh,
he was in a really bad car accident up in New Jersey.
Right.
And actually, it wasn't a car accident; it was a bus. It was a van, and it was just really bad. And it could happen to anybody, including him. And I just hope he pulls through. And I just hope everything is good in the comedy world, and I hope he pulls through with that.
All right, thank you.
Just me and mine and you and yours, everybody be safe out there, all right?
I know, that's right. Thank you, Joe Gold, for participating.
Yes, sir, my man. All right.
All right.
Joe Gold.
Come on, get it done. Well. Hi, hey. The funk. We'll rock it done. Good God, that sounds good, don't it? Get down. Wow. Hey, I take a look at the streets. Tell me what do you see? Young faces and old minds. I just lost it. I keep losing it. Anyway, thank you for listening to the WILROC Show. Yours through the WILROC. That funk always gets me. It enthralls me. It takes over. Yes. Today's topic is incarceration, HIV, and AIDS. Yes, thank you, Joe Gold. Thank you all for listening here on Fire Mix Radio, firemixradio.com. I am here. You are there. We're everywhere. 407-535-1808 is the calling number. 407-535-1808 or 201-378-3473. Yeah, try that for yourselves, all right? Today's topic is AIDS and incarceration and AIDS and HIV, all right? And check this out now. It is estimated that 630,000 individuals are released from jails and prisons in the United States each year. All right, and many of these individuals have HIV or are HIV infected. Now, many will have difficulty managing even the basic elements for successful reintegration into their communities. The inmates living with HIV face many challenges when re-entering the community. Okay? They do. I can imagine they do. Now, such as finding stable housing, employment, adequate medication supply, follow-up medical care, and psychiatric and substance use treatment services. Now, ideally, the discharge process at the correctional facility will maximize the likelihood that the release will have continuous medical care. At the time of discharge from the prison, all HIV-infected inmates should have a discharge plan that addresses the following: housing, health insurance, 30-day supply of HIV medications, follow-up appointments for medical care, and, if necessary, psychiatric and substance abuse care. Okay, as discussed earlier, inmates in prisons generally serve longer sentences than do those incarcerated in jails. Those in prison stay longer than people down there in 33rd or in the county jail, and they have a release date that is known in advance. Thus, HIV-infected inmates in prisons may be more likely than HIV-infected inmates in jails to have treatment and discharge plans in place before their release. All right? County might be different than the state, or however they go. Federal might be different than all. Now, however, because the extent of discharge planning resources varies amongst correctional systems of care, it is important for care providers to discuss the scope of services their clients received while incarcerated to learn of any services gaps upon reentry to the community. Right? Take care of them. They got them all high. I mean, not high, but you got them taken care of while you're in there. They need some way to continue the services that when they get out, or it's going to continue to spread. Okay? We're going to continue to have this problem. All right? Now, the need to find housing often is the greatest challenge for an HIV-infected inmate leaving a correctional facility. Now, in many correctional systems, inmates must document a physical address at which they intend to reside in order to be released. However, problems with housing availability, stability, and location can create significant stresses for an HIV-infected release and can be a releasee and can compromise the likelihood that he or she will access HIV health care and adhere to an HIV medication regime. All right? HIV-infected individuals leaving correctional settings have a variety of experiences with ARV, okay, medication, the medicine they take. A short confinement period, for example, can prevent the development of a solid transitional plan. Jail inmates may be released without their medications and have no choice but to call or walk into community health centers or clinics for their medications and ongoing care. Now, being released from jail after business hours, such as on Friday night, can result in treatment interruptions over the weekend. That has created a problem. Now, depending on the state system, HIV-infected inmates leaving prison are more likely than jail releasees to have a medication supply in hand when they re-enter the community. For example, in the New York State Department of Correctional Services, inmates will leave prisons with 30-day supply of HIV medications as well as a prescription for another 30-day supply. Just get that to everybody. It's simple. It's okay. You come out of prison, you get that. You come out of jail, you get that. Do that. Let's do that, man. Okay? And the clear way to support clients is to intervene immediately and directly upon their release, such as by meeting them as they step off the bus or exit the facility. Okay, we know you got AIDS, we got something for you. Come on, let's work with you. Okay? And it starts by hearing their stories, listening to concerns, wishes, history, perceptions, feelings, and so forth. You know, get to know them a little better. And asking open-end questions, affirming strengths, listening reflectively, and summarizing discussions and plans. Now, understanding their background, goals, and motivations, understand where they're coming from, basically. If you want to try to, these are a few strategies I'm going over to help people who are coming out of prison, okay, with HIV and AIDS. All right? 407-535-1808 or 201-378-3473. It's the call-in numbers right here on Fire Mix Radio, firemixradio.com. Tune-in application as well for your phones and for your other stuffs. All right? Today's topic is incarceration and HIV and AIDS. Okay? All right? And I'm going over some strategies for supporting inmates upon release. Okay? You got to avoid getting caught up in issues about the crimes they committed. Okay? Once they do the time, the crime is not worried. Don't worry about it. Now, identifying perceived needs by asking how services can be beneficial to them. And you can also acting honestly by providing a full disclosure of one's role as a provider. Okay? What you can or cannot do to help them in their situation. Now, provide materials assistance by giving clients something tangible, such as a meal ticket, condoms, a bleach kit, or hygiene kit. Provide information and referrals to short-term and survival services for clients to help improve their immediate situation. And if possible, accompany clients to support them in obtaining short-term and survival services such as healthcare, food, shelter, and clothing. And if they were smart, they can make plenty of money and get money from the government if they provide services right off. Taxi cab rides, everything when they get out. Have services ready for them. Okay? I mean, rides to treatments, and they're coming up with all this Obamacare and all this Medicare and all these services going to be needed to help the elderly and people with certain diseases. So, y'all put some money towards that so y'all can get paid. Put some money towards that so y'all can get paid. Y'all can get paid too. Y'all done already put it out there. Might as well make some money off it. It's getting overwhelming now. Okay? Give them the dope, they cure it. And y'all got some other nasty stuff y'all can give people. Y'all gonna give it to them too. Because y'all stink. Y'all demons. So just let them cure that, and y'all gonna find something else we can fight against until we get y'all and beat y'all and take y'all out of the way so we can live peaceful and free. But anyway, you got to always have a way to respond to emergency situations. You got to always have a way of support to support clients in meeting parole and probation requirements to avoid reincarceration. Keep your ass out of there. Now, based on the individual histories, anticipate circumstances that may result in them breaking parole. They on drugs, they got a stink woman, they got to fight her, they got everything, got to where to stay. Whatever they have to do, try to help these people. Because they might be your uncle. Oh, I ain't studying, it might be your niece. For example, if a client confides that he or she have anxiety regarding meeting the parole officer, initiate and practice role plays to better prepare the client for this encounter. Work with them. You ain't doing nothing but sitting there any damn way. You ain't got nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? So try to find ways to help these people come out. You ain't doing nothing. State paying you to sit there. Okay? So we're going to go with some more music. We're going to get back in here. It's 8:57. I'm going to be over a little bit. I got Redneck Tommy. I'm on the last half of this. Y'all stick with me. I'm going to get out of here as fast as I can. Y'all don't cut me off in that 5 minutes. Hold on. WILROC Show. 5Mix Radio, 5mixradio.com. Talk amongst yourself. Ooh, I got gas. Talk amongst yourself.
You're listening to the WILROC Show.
I've been waiting for some time with you alone. Girl, I hope you're ready. Here I come. We won't stop making love until you're done. We can do it all night and go until the morning sun. Ooh, there's a spiritual place your body needs to go. Yeah. It's gonna get rough, bang down the door. Let's take the pressure off each other. Break the rules with me, girl, whatever. I'll start at your head, work down to your toes. Get everything in between as the music flows. Yeah. Gonna heal those wounds you had. gon' love tonight, lady. I got your favorite ice cream, a little honey for me. I'll kiss all the right places, girl. We gon' love tonight, lady. Sexual tension built up in me. Ooh, baby. Excites my ego and chemistry. Got some real sexy role play to turn you on. Said I got it for you, baby. Yeah, I guarantee I'll be as gentle as they come. Ooh, baby. When you say to me, take my body like a pro. Come on, baby. Our steamy sex will start to flow even more. It's time to release our frustrations, baby. Tonight, just give me participation for elevation.
Ooh, WILROC, you sure doing it, baby.
I'm wishing on a star to follow where you are. I'm wishing on a dream to follow what it means. I'm wishing on a star to follow where you are. I'm wishing on a dream to follow what it means. And I'm wishing all the rainbows that I see. And I'm wishing all the people really dream. And I'm wishing all tomorrow places never know. And I'm wishing on all the loving we ever know. I never thought I'd see a time when you would be so far away from home. Oh yeah, so far away from me. Just think of all the moments that we spent. I just can't let you go from me. You were meant, and I didn't mean to hurt you. And I'm hoping on days of loving you. You know, I feel it's time we should make up, baby.
Hey, baby, hey.
Tell me, are you ready for what I got and how I got it planned out? Tell me that you want it and you can wait for me to put my hands on you. Boy, you feel that heat on your body and you're waiting for me to get it started. Ooh, and your body's waiting on me. Yeah, you wait for me to put my hands on. Your body's calling me, I've got a handle. Tell me where and how you want it. You don't know the best, 'cause you ain't had me yet. And when we finish making sweet love, baby, you gon' fall in love with me. And baby, tonight, you gon' fall in love with me. Baby, put your hands on me, 'cause I wanna feel good. It's the way that you grab my waist in the place that you should. Boy, you know my body is calling your name. Every night is something new. Your touch is not the same.
The WILROC Show is on and live.
And the magnificent. I'm back with the shaker of soul boss, most thundering, storming, sound of soul.
Yeah, man, mix. You know what I said? Mix radio of all mix. Tune in to Fire Mix Radio.
The hottest station.
I'd like to use radio for my advertising, but I just can't picture it. It just doesn't do visuals. Customers need to see my product. That's what makes them want to buy it.
That's a great reason to use radio. Radio has the only pictures that count. The pictures in the minds of listeners who will be your customers, showing how they will feel using your product. Radio is the most visual advertising medium, and the only one that shows the customer how good they will look or feel using your product. If it's a pie, they see the exact piece they want. Clothing, cars, the pictures the listeners see are the pictures they want to see. And these are the pictures that make any of us buy a product.
Well, that makes sense.
In addition to being so visual, radio is totally flexible. If you get a new shipment, you can get it on the radio quickly. Radio is also the most intimate medium. If 50,000 people hear a radio commercial, each listener hears it as it applies only to him or her.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Radio is the most sensible advertising buy. Your customers can picture it.
For information about advertising on The WILROC Show, please contact Donald Wilcox at 407-535-1808. That's Donald Wilcox at 407-535-1808 or The WILROC Show at yahoo.com.
Defending and advocating for immigrants. This has been the mission of the Immigration Law Offices of Gail C. Ram for the past 15 years and continues to be our commitment today. Ask us about preparing your citizenship for $2.99. Call 1-877-GAIL-LAW to schedule a free in-office consultation or chat live online at GailLaw.com. We have offices in Orlando and Kissimmee. For immigration, your first call should be to Attorney Gail C. Ram at 1-877-GAIL-LAW. That's 1-877-GAIL-LAW.
She's a rhythm of the islands. The flavor can take you there. Go to Golden Crust. Tell me if you really want to roll with us.
Golden Crust is the home of the world's best tasting patties with a variety of 10 patties: beef, chicken, shrimp, jerk chicken, and vegetable, just to name a few. Also, try the succulent jerk chicken, marinated in our secret recipe of Caribbean herbs and spices, grilled to perfection right before your very eyes. Also, try our Reggae Fest combo meals with a free drink. So stop by your favorite Golden Crust location today or call 718-OK-CRUST. That's 718-OK-KRUST, or log on to goldencrustbakery.com. Taste the rhythm of the islands at Golden Crust, the home of the world's best tasting patties.
She's a rhythm of the islands. The flavor can take you there. Go to Golden Crust. Tell me if you really want to roll with us.
Get your hip-hop fix on Fire Mix Radio with DJ Mags, playing the hottest hip-hop, R&B, and all your favorite throwbacks. Catch DJ Mags live Thursdays 8 to 10 p.m. and Saturdays 4 to 6 p.m. as part of Fire Saturdays. Lock it in on firemixradio.com or Fire Mix Radio on the TuneIn Radio app. Fire Mix Radio and DJ Mags, keeping the fire alive. Keeping the fire alive.
Listen to The WILROC Show, bringing an eclectic approach, interesting topics, and all types of music, special guests, and a lot more. The WILROC Show.
Yes, again, thank you very much for listening to The WILROC Show. Yours truly, The WILROC here. Now, you know each week on The WILROC Show, we have a fruit or a vegetable. This week, we have a herb, and it is basil. Yes, basil, sometimes called sweet basil, is a popular culinary herb commonly used in Italian cuisine to kick up the taste and texture of any dish. But before you regulate basil to the spice rack, you need to know that this all too common culinary herb is also good for you. That's right, sweet basil offers extraordinary health benefits to everyone in the family, young and old alike. Don't be surprised. Check this out. Basil promotes heart health,
Basil may be a flavorful addition to our kitchen cuisine, but it's also rich in beta-carotene and other carotenoids, powerful antioxidants that protect cells from free radical damage and cholesterol. Basil is also an excellent source of magnesium, improving blood flow. Did you know basil advances healthy skin? Essential oils found in basil have long been effective as organic alternatives in treating dry skin, acne, and psoriasis. Basil prevents some cancers. Not just a delicious addition to tomato-based sauces, basil's antioxidant properties and flavonoids protect cell structures from damage inflicted by free radicals, important in cancer prevention and overall good health and wellness. Basil boosts the immune system. Basil is not just an herb to sprinkle on spaghetti. No, indeed. Basil has important antibacterial properties. When applied to the skin or surfaces, basil fights back against bacteria and so much more. Basil promotes a healthy gastrointestinal tract. Not just any old herb, basil's got anti-inflammatory properties second to none that can provide much needed relief from all kinds of conditions, including inflammatory bowel disease conditions. Basil is also reportedly helpful in treating constipation, indigestion, stomach cramps, and more. Next time you reach for sweet basil in your pantry, remember that this flavorful herb packs a powerful punch when it comes to advancing overall health and well-being. Now, get some basils in your rumps. You know they're going to squirt out of your rumps if you let them process properly. So get some basils in your rumps, and now I hope your minds and bodies are healthier, wealthier, and wiser. Thank you very much.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Now it's time for everybody's favorite redneck, yours and mine, Redneck Tommy. Are you there, Redneck Tommy?
Yeah, it's a dog, man.
It's a dog, man.
How the hell y'all doing?
How you doing, Redneck Tommy? What's happening with you, my man? Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Now I'm relaxing and thinking and doing my sometime thing.
Yeah, I know that's right. Thank you for participating in the WILROC show. Thank you for calling. You, Redneck Tommy. I know Grumpy Mike somewhere in the area. But Redneck Tommy, today's topic is incarceration and HIV and AIDS. Some people go in there with AIDS and they spread it, and some go in there without AIDS and they contract it. Okay? And we know a lot of people that's been on the other side of the law, and things like that.
I've known a few people incarcerated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I have. I'm lucky me, but life. No, it's not. It's just life in general is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And now, did you say people with AIDS also?
Yeah, HIV prisoners, incarceration.
Right.
When people that get AIDS in there, and people that go in there with AIDS and transmit it.
Well, you sound thinking about it, brother. To show you how much control they have on what's going on in life, as I'm kind of told. I don't know anybody with HIV. Yes, in my lifetime, and I'm not like some foregone recluse of some kind. I don't hide my faults. You know that, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of do, but I don't. All right, I am, foregone from the world because I like to stay with myself.
Right.
I stay with myself, and I don't know anybody that has HIV or AIDS. I don't.
I had a few friends that died of it. A couple of partners, friends of mine that died of AIDS here in the last, I say the last 10 years. I just say 10 years to make it safe. But I knew a few people with it that died from it. I haven't seen anyone lately that I know with it.
They say without the right medication, you will.
Yeah.
If you have the HIV, you will die of AIDS without the right medication. Now, I'm not a government kind of guy or think about it. I don't know. They can't sure tell them how they can do whatever. So, but if they have medication that can keep you alive long enough, I think you personally should do whatever you can to stay alive as long as you can.
Mm-hmm. See, a lot of people. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If you came to the point in life you realize I'm going to die and there's nothing I can do, you're probably one of those people who have actually thought about it long enough to do as much as you can for everybody else.
Right.
I think that your children, your wife,
your significant other. Okay,
Right.
I don't mean to offend anybody by saying your wife, but your significant other.
Right.
Because there are situations where a great man that we know, we all know, not conscious, things happen,
Right.
and he's HIV. He's not AIDS positive, but he has HIV.
Right.
But he's not control what's going on.
A little bit.
So he lives life in control every day. So it might be a bad thing for you, but it might not be a bad thing for you. But it might want to make you realize you might want to take control of your life and be truly in control of your life.
Yeah.
And truly is a redneck of the word. I just invented, so all you have to look it up in your redneck
Truly, a
Bible.
new word. Truly.
Truism. It's one of those things where it's realization and truism.
Yep.
And there's another word. I don't think it's in dictionary, truism, because it makes you think. It really does, brother. You know what I'm saying. I mean, you know, we live our lives and we try to be as best we can. And some things happen and we go like, damn it, man.
Damn it, man.
At this point now, we got to do what we can. So what do we do? And I'm telling you, brother, I'm asking you, what do we do?
You know, you have to have certain preventive measures, and you have to just be conscious of what's going on. You know, use the tools you have for yourself, keep you from contracting these things.
You can't be stupid in life. If you are stupid in life, you're worse than redneck is. If you're not into redneck, I'm telling you. Come on, people. If you're not awake, you might as well be asleep. But be asleep and dead. Because we don't live the life. We live the life alive, and we look, think, and realize, and understand, and use it. Yeah, it's like baby girl just said right now. At least we hope we do.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Here's a thought. Ready?
Ready.
Wow. Man, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Mike's in the room laughing right now. Wow.
Wow.
I mean, it's the best explanation of what is going on right now.
Wow.
Because you see things and you feel these things and then every day you go, wow.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Can you believe that? Wow.
Well.
Wow.
In the immoral ones, redneck, you know, and it's been on for how long? Well, ready, set. Wow. Because I'm telling you, every day we go through these things that we don't understand and we don't have to deal with it. If you open your eyes.
Open your eyes and see.
And then breathe. And keep fresh air. Oh my God, let's stop. We will be okay. We will live past the day.
Well, Tommy, I want to thank you for your participation in the WILROC show. Okay. I want to thank you for participating in this in the WILROC show, Redneck Tommy. And I got a question. I got a question to ask you, Tommy. I got a question for you.
You go right ahead. My friend.
Tommy, we love your participation. We love you here in the WILROC show. We want to know, when will we see you again, Tommy?
Well, like I always say, you never know.
You never know. See ya.
See ya.
We're talking about the life of a human being, how they live.
Rangers, ever tackle a job you really look forward to doing? Oh boy, you say, rubbing your hands together, that's for me. That's right up my alley. Well, there's one big job that's right up everybody's alley, Rangers. That's the job of fighting discrimination. Seeing to it that the next fellow gets a fair chance, regardless of his race or religion. We've all got a talent for that, if we know how to use it. It comes under the heading of friendship. When we like people and are genuinely interested in them, there's no room for un-American prejudice. So all we have to do is to keep on making new friends. Easy as pie.
Did you know? Did you know the least used letter in the alphabet is Q? Did you know? Did you know the names of all continents both start and end with the same letter? Did you know? Did you know the first letters of the months of July through to November spell Jason?
Yes, again, thank you very much for listening to the WILROC Show. I'm your show, the WILROC. We're pressing for time here. Thank you, Redneck Tommy. Thank you all for listening. I'm going to play a little music here, come back with a little more information for you, and we'll talk to you directly, okay? But let me just say this to you before I go, okay? Today's topic is incarceration, AIDS, and HIV. Now, the common wisdom about HIV and AIDS in prisons is that prisons are a breeding ground for HIV. Now, because prisoners are 8 to 10 times as likely as non-prisoners to have HIV, it is often assumed that most HIV-positive prisoners become infected while they were incarcerated. In fact, the evidence suggests a different perspective on HIV/AIDS prison stats. The vast majority of HIV-positive prisoners acquire the infection in the community before becoming incarcerated. In fact, this fact should not downplay the risk of HIV behind bars. Unprotected sex, rape, drug use, and tattooing are HIV risk behaviors that are illegal behind bars, but is accepted that at least some of these take place in most correctional facilities. We know what happens. Now, in prison, HIV prevention programs are important for addressing these risks. Now, for prisoners who are not HIV positive, their highest risk for HIV infections may be once they are back on the streets after being released. HIV/AIDS service providers working in prisons and jails have a precious opportunity to give women and men at high risk the skills and knowledge they need to avoid HIV once they are back on the streets. Now, in general, incarcerated women are at even higher risk for HIV than incarcerated men. Learning about risk factors in women's lives can help service providers target services to identify and lessen these risks. All right, for real though. Now, for a variety of social and economic reasons, HIV-positive women prisoners may have little access to HIV/AIDS services in the community. Their time in prison or jail may present an important opportunity to learn about their HIV infection, cope with their diagnosis, understand their medical options, and develop the skills to avoid passing on the virus to anyone else. That goes for men and women alike. Okay? For real though. All right, now discharge planning and transitional HIV/AIDS services can be a stabilizing force for HIV-positive women prisoners and men prisoners, and ex-prisoners, ultimately easing the transition back to home communities after we release. Okay? Be careful out there. We're going to have more on this as we go. I'm going to play a little music here. I'm trying to get out of here. I want to get all my music out so y'all can hear this jam. And I'll be with you guys directly. I'll talk to you directly. HIV and AIDS in prison is the topic of the day. More WILROC shows to go. I'm running over, but I have a little more. Just hang on in there. Stick with me, please. Just stick with me. God, at least I make it so funny.
The WILROC Show is on and live.
And at this particular time, I would like to present to you a very lovely man and a friend of everybody.
Approach with caution. May be armed.
Come a long way, yeah. Come a long way. And we're the survivors over the ages, crossing the...
Don't forget to stay tuned right here to Fire Mix Radio, firemixradio.com. Yours truly, WILROC here. Hey, the WILROC Show. Stay tuned right here to Fire Mix Radio. It's your #1 station, #1 internet station for reggae, soca, hip hop, all that you can want. And besides the WILROC Show too, baby, you got me here too. So, thank you. And stay tuned, please.
And some they had to overcome, some had to fight for freedom. They never know they will fall, their backs against the wall. Life has got to hold the key, yeah. And I'm just a living to be free. Come along away.
Diplomatic, hypocratic, drive and tourist, top and Norris, city hypocrites, them a galande, city hypocrites, them a galande, city hypocrites, them a galande, and Cut against them one another. Cut against them one another. Oh, them teach to love one another. Oh, them teach to love one another. Man, go. Them a run, come with them revolution. Them a run, come with them revolution.
Rocky's a little too smart for you. Yeah, a little too smart. Yeah.
Wow, come on, get down. Oh, yeah. I know I'm over time a little bit, but hey, I'm late. I might as well go ahead and ride. Everybody with this ride.
Listen to me, brothers. Listen well. Brothers, we've got something to tell. You can't run around being a married man, not taking care of business very well. You got to keep yourself together if you dig on what you got. 'Cause what you got can show up mean a lot. If you ain't taking care of business, this you must expect. Love gets slippery when it's wet. You know, hanging loose can be out of sight, but hanging loose, no, it just ain't right. You see, slipping, tripping, having fun ain't no good. Leaving home work undone. You got to keep your thing together if you dig on what you got. 'Cause what you got can show up mean a lot. If you ain't taking care of business, this you must expect. Long gets slippery when it's wet. If you ain't taking care of business, this you must expect. Long gets slippery when it's wet.
degrees out there today. It's 9,000 degrees outside on your back. It's rotisserie. Everybody out there rotisserie today. You know, I don't want to go nowhere unless it's cool. You might as well stay your ass in the house because it ain't hot. It's hot everywhere. The earth hot. You know what I'm saying? The whole earth hot. Ain't no cool place to go unless you're going to some ice water pool. Golly. Yes, and yes again. Thank you very much for listening to the WILROC Show. The end of the show is here. Yeah, I got one more little reggae set to go for you, for your little minds. I want to thank you guys for listening to the WILROC Show. Incarceration and HIV and AIDS was the topic of the day. The next week, I want you guys to stay tuned here to Fire Mix Radio, firemixradio.com, at the WILROC Show. My topic is going to be sugar. Sugar. Yeah, straight sugar. Not sugar diabetes, but sugar. Huh? The significance of sugar and what it has, the role it has played on all of our lives and all of our economies. Okay, sugar. Think about that. Now, I want to thank you guys once again for listening to the WILROC Show here on Fire Mix Radio, firemixradio.com. And Fire Mix Radio is your #1 station, internet station all around the world for reggae, soca, hip hop, and shows like the WILROC Show. Yeah, don't be shy. I know a lot of people shy away from the WILROC Show because their brains can't stay. I guess my brain can't pay attention long enough. But I guess they just don't like it, so they don't listen. They run off. But run your rump off if you want to. That's your business. I'm still here. I am here. You are there. That means we are everywhere. Talk amongst yourselves about the old WILROC Show, okay? Yeah, some people like it, some don't. You know what I'm saying? You can want to contact the WILROC Show, you can. Fire Mix Radio, you can. Go to Facebook to Fire Mix Radio or the WILROC Show. Boom! Go to the Ustream tab. You can contact me there. Contact anywhere. Just leave a message. firemixradio@yahoo.com. The WILROC Show at Facebook. Black Planet, Your Planet, Your Mama Planet, everywhere. Okay? Don't be afraid to leave a message. The WILROC Show. www.facebook.com/The WILROC Show. THEWILSHOW. Okay, WILROCSHOW. Sorry. You can get that there. And you can go on there and check out the WILROC Show, like it, do all that stuff. I'm on my space, your mama space, Black Planet, everywhere. I'm everywhere. Don't forget Fire Mix Radio and all those things. So check it out now. All the events that Fire Mix have. I want to give a shout out to the Legacy Liquor on Kirkman and Colonial. Legacy Liquor on Kirkman and Colonial. I need to get a flyer from them. Go up there and get them. When I go up there and get something from them, so I can read off where they at and give them a good thing. You know, I want to give them a shout out up there. Thank you guys for supporting Fire Mix Radio. And I want to give you guys a story, the boat ride, Saturday, June 14th. You can go for more information. It's in Tampa. For more information, call 813-789-5865. I should have went on there and got it. I'll get them next time. Don't worry about it. We in there. I'll be back directly. See y'all. It's going on Friday, I believe it's next Saturday. Or something like that. It's going on over Tampa. That's a story boat ride. Go over there and get off, have some fun. And thank you for listening to the WILROC Show. I'll be here next week on Fire Mix Radio, 6 to 9 p.m. Next week's topic is going to be sugar. Straight sugar. What about sugar, huh? Yeah, I ain't talking about that booger sugar. I'm talking about this sugar, period. And thank you again for listening to the WILROC Show. WILROC Show at firemixradio.com. WILROC Show at Facebook. Donald Wilcox at Facebook. Go ahead and check me out. It's hard to find Donald Wilcox. There's so many of me, of us Donald Wilcoxes. You can find me. Just do that. Leave some kind of link. Check me out. I'm tired, not tired. I've been up all month. I'm gonna lay down. I gotta go do that Kunta Kinte in the morning. So I want to thank you guys for listening once again. The WILROC Show at Facebook right now. Check out the WILROC Show or Donald Wilcox. Leave ideas for topics. Go to Fire Mix Radio. Leave requests, ideas for topics on Facebook and all that stuff. Fire Mix Radio Facebook. And check me out, okay? I'll be here next week. I ain't going nowhere, baby. I'm right here. They call me the Rock because I'm rock steady. I'm solid as a rock. And I'm the WILROC. So thank you once again. I see y'all guys directly. Talk amongst yourselves. Hey, pay attention to everything. Watch what the government's doing. Watch the food you're eating. Watch everything. Always look up in the sky. Always look down on the ground. Always survey your area and see what's going on. Watch your children. Watch what's going on the radio. Watch the crap that's on TV. Be careful. Watch what you put in your mouth. Watch what you cook. Be careful, because the thing is changing. The game is changing for the worse. Talk amongst yourself. Talk to you guys directly. I love you. Fire Mix Radio, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Your number one internet station for reggae, soca, hip-hop, and much more. Fire Mix Radio at firemixradio.com.
The WILROC Show is on.
This man will make your liver quiver. This man will make your bladder splatter. This man will freeze your knees.
And that brings us to the end of what we hope has been a beautiful trip for you and what certainly has been a groovy ride for me. We thank you for joining us. We thank our very exciting guests. Hope you'll climb aboard next week on these same stations, and you can bet your last money it's all gonna be a stone gas, honey. Always in parting, we're gonna wish you love, peace, and soul.
The WILROC Show is on.
Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Whether you like it or don't like it, sit down and look at it, because it's the best going today. Woo!
The WILROC Show is on.
I've been battered, I've been beat, I've been scraped, and I've been cut, brother.
African man, that's what I am. Ooh, 'cause I'm a true born African man.
I can't help myself. I just have to will up and come again.
Let's get back from the top to the very last drop.
African man, that's what I am. Ooh, 'cause I'm a true born African man. Every man say him want to go down in Africa. Every man say him want to go down in Africa. But anywhere I go now, I got to let them know that I'm an African man, and I got a lot of plans. I'm an African man, in any land. Ooh, the Rasta man I say him want to go down in Africa. The Rasta man I say him want to go down in Africa. Ooh, but anywhere I go, I got to let them know that I'm an African man, in any land. I'm an African man, and I got a lot of plans.
The WILROC Show, live and direct.